You're a pro at running your life, at committing to your workout, at showing up every day. At Bombas, we're pros too. Pros at making socks. Our sport assortment has specialized socks for whatever sport you're committed to. Running, hiking, golf, Pilates, and so much more. Made with sweat-wicking yarns, blister-fighting details, and targeted arch support. Bombas Sport is pro-level socks from the pros of socks. For another pro, you. Go to bombas.com/audio and use code audio for 20% off your first purchase. That's bombas.com and use code audio.
Testing season is right around the corner, and this is when confidence really matters. When kids take time to review key concepts and strengthen their skills before assessments, it can make all the difference. IXL helps reinforce what they're learning right now, so they walk into every test feeling prepared, capable, and confident. IXL is an award-winning online learning platform that helps kids truly understand what they're learning. Whether they're building math confidence, strengthening reading and writing skills, or reviewing science concepts. Designed for students from pre-K through 12th grade, IXL delivers personalized, interactive practice that adapts to your child's level and pace. It's an easy, effective way to support learning as the school year heads into its final stretch. Studies show kids who use IXL score higher on tests, proven in all 50 states. IXL is used in 96 of the top 100 school districts in the U.S. Make an impact on your child's learning. Get IXL now. And listeners can get an exclusive 20% off IXL membership when they sign up today at IXLlearning.com/audio. Visit IXLlearning.com/audio to get the most effective learning program out there at the best price.
Skincare experts and dermatologists have often touted the benefits of indoor humidity as essential for healthy, glowing skin. But did you know dry air can start to harm your skin in as little as 30 minutes? For years, many people have relied on humidifiers for better skin, sleep, and overall wellness. But traditional models, bulky, mold-prone, and difficult to maintain. That's where Canopy Humidifier comes in. Recommended by leading dermatologists, Canopy is a completely reimagined humidifier designed to elevate any space, offering the ultimate in skincare and wellness benefits. Canopy's clean moisture combats dryness, dullness, and fine lines while strengthening the skin's barrier and boosting the effectiveness of topical skincare products. With its sleek design, Canopy is the cleanest and easiest humidifier on the market. With its unique technology, cleaning is as easy as popping it in the dishwasher. Go to getcanopy.co to save $25 on your Canopy humidifier purchase today with Canopy's filter subscription. Even better, use code PODCAST at checkout to save an additional 10% off your Canopy purchase. Your skin will thank you.
And now, here's the question.
Hola, bitches. Good day to you and yours. All right, actor Daniel Radcliffe, a.k.a. Harry Potter. He's a self-proclaimed fitness freak. He's into cardio, weights, and circuit training, and good for him. But he hasn't always been about the healthy lifestyle. According to Radcliffe, in addition to booze, he used to function on, quote, coffee and cigarettes. That's how he got through his day. Now, look, he's given up smoking, but he still runs on coffee, according to him. But he's not alone. Our very own Mike Huck, a voracious consumer of the Java, and 93% of coffee drinkers say it simply helps them get through the day. And they need at least 2 cups by 11 a.m. How many cups have you had by 11 a.m., do you think, Mike?
By 11, I'm done with my first pot.
Yeah, okay.
Oh,
there you go. 85% of coffee drinkers said they would rather get to work late than skip a cup of coffee. So in other words, if they're already running late and they can skip a cup of coffee to get to work on time, they're like, sorry, boss, I'm going to be late. I need that cup of coffee. But before you get all judgy, most quote-unquote survival foods are basically just delicious garbage, right? Soda, energy drinks, chips, candy, deli meats, even granola bars and yogurt. That's basically trash disguised as the healthy alternative. But hey, we've all had to take something to get us through the day. Sometimes it's based exclusively on our financial situation. As many of us enjoyed years and years of ramen noodles. Sometimes it's an addiction. If you're hooked on drugs, sometimes it's medically necessary. And sometimes, frankly, it's just what we like. We know it's unhealthy. Who the hell cares? I want my Four Loko, and I want it now. And that's what today's question is, all right? So look, everybody has something they need to do, quote-unquote, to get through the day. Mike, it's going to be coffee. Me, it's going to be cigarettes. Ted, it's going to be surf porn. Miles, it's going to be surf real weird porn. Yeah, to throw you guys under the bus.
God damn.
I had to think of something on the fly, buddy. That's just where my mind went. Maybe that's me.
What's wrong with puppy nipples?
Maybe I'm projecting. But that's what today's question is all about. And our question, brought to you by our friends at Advanced Hair Restoration, is: what do you or did you need to get through your day?
To be a part of the big show, call 206-803-ROCK. Like the Men's Room on Facebook, follow us on X and Instagram at Men's Room Live. Send your emails to the Men's Room at KISW.com, and now watch the show live on YouTube at KISW.
You're a pro at running your life, at committing to your workout, at showing up every day. At Bombas, we're pros too. Pros at making socks. Our sport assortment has specialized socks for whatever sport you're committed to. Running, hiking, golf, Pilates, and so much more. Made with sweat-wicking yarns, blister-fighting details, and targeted arch support. Bombas Sport is pro-level socks from the pros of socks. For another pro, you. Go to bombas.com/audio and use code audio for 20% off your first purchase. That's bombas.com and use code audio.
Testing season is right around the corner, and this is when confidence really matters. When kids take time to review key concepts and strengthen their skills before assessments, it can make all the difference. IXL helps reinforce what they're learning right now, so they walk into every test feeling prepared, capable, and confident. IXL is an award-winning online learning platform that helps kids truly understand what they're learning. Whether they're building math confidence, strengthening reading and writing skills, or reviewing science concepts. Designed for students from pre-K through 12th grade, IXL delivers personalized, interactive practice that adapts to your child's level and pace. It's an easy, effective way to support learning as the school year heads into its final stretch. Studies show kids who use IXL score higher on tests, proven in all 50 states. IXL is used in 96 of the top 100 school districts in the U.S. Make an impact on your child's learning. Get IXL now. And listeners can get an exclusive 20% off IXL membership when they sign up today at IXLlearning.com/audio. Visit IXLlearning.com/audio to get the most effective learning program out there at the best price.
Skincare experts and dermatologists have often touted the benefits of indoor humidity as essential for healthy, glowing skin. But did you know dry air can start to harm your skin in as little as 30 minutes? For years, many people have relied on humidifiers for better skin, sleep, and overall wellness. But traditional models, bulky, mold-prone, and difficult to maintain. That's where Canopy Humidifier comes in. Recommended by leading dermatologists, Canopy is a completely reimagined humidifier designed to elevate any space, offering the ultimate in skincare and wellness benefits. Canopy's clean moisture combats dryness, dullness, and fine lines while strengthening the skin's barrier and boosting the effectiveness of topical skincare products. With its sleek design, Canopy is the cleanest and easiest humidifier on the market. With its unique technology, cleaning is as easy as popping it in the dishwasher. Go to getcanopy.co to save $25 on your Canopy humidifier purchase today with Canopy's filter subscription. Even better, use code PODCAST at checkout to save an additional 10% off your Canopy purchase. Your skin will thank you.
They say if you want to go fast, go alone. But if you want to go far, go together. At Amica Insurance, we know what matters most to you. And we work even harder to protect it, together. As a mutual insurance company, we're built for our customers and prioritize your needs. Amica, empathy is our best policy. Visit amica.com and get a quote today.
Hello, Macholas, away we go. Welcome to the 21st Amendment season, episode number 4482. What a large and in charge program we have for you today. Guaranteed future repeat. Once again, we're going to sit and spin today. We've got the list of the Rock Hall nominees. Now, I know they were released a couple days ago, maybe?
Maybe.
Either way, we weren't here. It was the weekend, we were out of town. But we're going to go over those. I will say this, there are some omissions in my mind, especially from the Seattle music scene.
All right. Fair enough.
One band in particular, I believe, got hosed. Others, I'm going like, yeah, is this the Rolling Stone people again? You know, for the magazine.
Who does vote on it? Is it like the Oscars where there's like a dedicated group of people that determine?
The selection process is a nominated committee who creates the ballot, which is then voted on by 1,200 artists, historians, and music industry experts.
Okay.
Not sure how you get that title, but either way.
Work in the music industry?
Yeah.
Right? I mean, that's it.
1,200 people. And the requirements are 25 years from now to your first album.
Okay.
And then, as you would say, some of those requirements you would think would require rock, but that is not the case anymore.
Like I said, that that ship sailed. Well, Madonna, I want to say, when she got nominated, I'm like, okay, they call it the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Basically, it is the Pop Music Hall of Fame with a slight lean toward rock.
Well, even the first year they did it, right? They had somebody in there that just like...
Was it like Aretha Franklin? No, she was the first female, I want to say, they brought in, but she's one of those people you just can't F with Aretha Franklin. So you're like, okay.
Now, also, there are some bands that should have been in there a long time ago. Based on the rock aspect of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Absolutely.
There are, I want to say 17 nominees, but I only want to say 7 or 8 get in. There are different categories. So sometimes you'll have like a legacy award that you'll give to like a producer, like, I don't know, Rick or
That's fair.
Bob what's his face? Or
Bob Rock?
Yeah.
Is that his name? Bob Rock.
Whoever.
Yeah.
Somebody who's
Ted
been involved.
Templeton, Rick Rubin. Sure.
Those guys.
I get it. Yeah.
Those guys get a nod. But as far as bands go, it may be 6 or 7. They get in, and it's here before you know it. I want to say the awards. I think they picked them in April or May, so we're not too far away from this.
Don't they tape this thing like the award ceremony? It's either L.A. or New York.
Yeah,
even though the whole thing is the actual Rock and Roll Hall of Fame place is in Cleveland, and I know Cleveland has a reputation, but I'm like, can you at least do Cleveland a favor? Since you're talking about, hey, if you want to see their exhibition in the hall, you got to go to Cleveland. Maybe once a year, you go to Cleveland
I don't believe
and do the freaking ceremony.
This is what I heard.
I mean, look, the NFL Hall of Fame, they go to Canton, Ohio. Nobody goes to Canton, Ohio. It's a hellhole. But at least the NFL says, yeah, we're going to go here for the Hall of Fame because that's where it is.
Here's what I understood. And someone told me this who used to work in radio there. So I don't know if I believe them or not. He said,
did they work in Des Moines middays?
No, they did not. Unfortunately, this guy worked at the rock station in Cleveland.
Okay,
I believe it's MMS.
WMMS.
MMS in Cleveland. So he worked there for a while, and he said, like, if you have you're going to play in the arena where the Cavaliers play.
Yeah.
Now, typically, most of those people are coming around from Ohio, so you might get a few people who came in from Indiana to watch their Pacers play.
Sure.
For the most part, though, those people live in Cleveland. Now, if you have a concert, most of those people come into town. Some get a hotel room, some live in Cleveland. When you put all of those people in town from all of these different walks of life, including all the crews involved, all the people, they don't have enough hotel accommodations. Believe
really? So it's just...
I mean, half these people want suites. Half these people they ain't going to stay at the Motel 6, I mean, they're just not. So, and the people that are getting those tickets also aren't from Cleveland buying them.
Yeah, good point.
They're coming in from out of town. And that's what he basically said. He's like, they tried it a couple of years. He's like, you could not get a hotel room. People were staying in like Akron and having to be shuttled up.
Ooh.
And I was like, ew,
that's kind of brutal.
That doesn't sound good at all. So 10 Rock Hall nominees coming up at 4:30. And we picked hopefully 10 bands that you'll go, really? Or, yep, well-deserved. So that's coming up. And today we're going to talk about what do you do or did do? What did you need to do to get through your day? We all have different stages of life. And depending on where we are, we have some times where finances are
limited,
not great, and you've got to figure out a way to get through it. And sometimes that requires the cheapest food that you can find that you like on a regular basis.
God bless ramen noodles, man.
Yeah.
I mean, seriously, they sustain pretty much everyone I know for multiple years of their life.
Right. About back to my coffee habit. When I was 18, 19 years old, we didn't. I don't even think we had a coffee pot. That wasn't even a concept. But when I went to work, there was coffee.
Oh, you drank their coffee for sure.
Not only that, but I had a thermos.
Oh, look at you!
No, I had a thermos. I'd come in and make
a fill it up.
Well, before I left.
Why not?
So I could take it home.
Was it a cheap plastic one?
It was a thermos brand. Thermos.
I know, but they used to have. I used to have a thermos.
It wasn't a Stanley.
In third grade, it was just that cheap plastic thing.
No, it was like a big metal construction worker take to work thermos.
I'm saying you were rolling deep in cash.
I mean, the one you have as a kid, the plastic one that would fit in the lunchbox.
It smells like milk after about 3 months.
Yeah.
To me, that one. Every once in a while, you lucked out. It had SpaghettiOs in it.
Yeah. Mine never did. It was always milk.
But
always milk.
It kept it hot for hours.
Yeah.
And it keeps the hot. It keeps the cold.
Yeah.
And as the joke goes, how does it know? How does it know what to do? But it does it both ways.
Yeah.
So either way.
Swings both ways.
Well, anything insulated will keep hot, cold.
I know. But the joke was, how did the shrimp, fry this rice? But Daniel Radcliffe. Also, he is a self-proclaimed fitness freak these days. But he used to run on just coffee and cigarettes all day. Now it's just coffee. In an interview with the Wall Street Journal, he said, quote, I do weights, circuit training, cardio. I don't look like a person who would be a fitness freak.
He's right.
But I'm pretty intense about it now. I feel like I'm a cliche of a former alcoholic or anyone who had any kind of addictive personality and switched that addiction to being about the gym. He also added that he's really into fantasy football, which I am not anymore, but there was a time when it was. His Monday mornings...
Daniel Radcliffe?
I know. I was
like American football or like fantasy, like
He just says fantasy football. So
I would assume U.S. football.
His Monday mornings are spent consoling himself based on how bad Sunday's games were. So it sounds to me like NFL. Elsewhere in the interview, he shared a piece of important advice. Quote, my dad would always say, when you meet people, get your hand out first to shake their hand because it shows kindness. So I'm a compulsive handshaker. When you grow up as a child actor, people always assume you're going to be an arsehole. So I think they've always wanted to dispel the notion of that as quickly as possible.
He does not strike me as someone that would be an a-hole if you met him.
No.
You know, and look, part of it is just a Harry Potter thing, and I know he is not Harry Potter. Now he's on the TV show with Tracy Morgan, the rise and fall of whatever Tracy Morgan's character's name is.
But Daniel Radcliffe, too, like, as far as child stars, like, I didn't even know he drank. Well, you didn't hear a lot about him. Because I feel like most child stars we know that kind of go down that path, you hear about it.
Well, that's the thing. I read like kind of the side article that goes with the thing we have here, and he gives a little more in depth about it. And he goes, one of the great things about like my manager and all the people around me, they kept it quiet. And he goes, because they said it was so important. So he said with other child stars, it was just different. Because, yeah, like Macaulay Culkin, he went through his thing. What's her face? Drew Barrymore went through a whole crazy thing. He said, but they kind of did different things. He's like, I was only Harry Potter. So their position was like, look, man, if you played multiple roles, maybe we could let it leak out that you got problems. But, like, you were Harry Potter. And everyone that knows who you are knows you because of Harry Potter. So even J.K. Rowling, I want to say, the author of Harry Potter, it's kind of like, keep it under wraps, man. Yep. Do not taint Harry Potter. So I don't know if it worked to his benefit that was the one major thing that he did for so many years of his life. But they go, it wasn't so much about protecting me. It was about protecting Harry Potter. But apparently, Rupert Grint, is that his name? The redhead dude, and Emma Watson, the other two main characters, I guess they had their ups and downs as well with the different substances. But again, they weren't doing a lot of other things. So their protection was like, you cannot sully what people now perceive to be Harry Potter. We're not here to protect you. We are here to protect our IP, man.
Right.
But it worked for him.
But I think every year you have a different challenge growing up. Like as far as when you're young and going through stuff. So when I was 18 years old, the one thing that my roommate brought from his parents' house, they didn't want anymore, was a Fry Daddy.
Oh, yeah.
So all we needed to do was buy vegetable oil and bags of potatoes. And no matter what, if we were stoned, if we were hungry, we would make either baked potatoes in the oven or we would make French fries. And we never cleaned that thing. It was a complete fire hazard. We just added oil. We never really changed it.
That's the trick to it tasting good. I mean, honestly, man.
But we had French fries constantly.
Were you constipated a lot?
No, and we were young. And our biggest thing was we would steal, or we would take more ketchup packets because they just used to have them out on the counter.
No, you can say steal.
Like when you would go to a fast food place. That's where we would get our ketchup. We would also steal the salt and pepper shakers. So we had salt and pepper there. And for that 1 year, I would say every day that thing was going, like, you didn't realize how much your clothes.
Oh, dude, you smell like grease.
But
right?
this apartment already smelled like mold, so it didn't really matter. But for that 1 year, we lived off potatoes. Now, the next year, I got a different roommate. Got two different roommates than I had before. My one buddy, Brian, he worked at a Chinese, we had a food mall court within the school that I was at. They had like a Taco Bell, but he worked at the Chinese restaurant. So think like Panda Express, where you have pans of things out in front of you.
Yeah.
And Brian would sell me either fried rice or for $1 in a container, or white rice, which was 50 cents. And it depended on how much he had left of what.
Sure.
As far as what.
So sometimes I'm guessing you mixed and matched?
Sometimes it was
75 cents.
Sometimes it was not enough fried rice. So you're going to get white rice today. But if we sold more orange chicken that day, then the white rice is going to be more depleted.
Absolutely.
I'm going to take, just the fried rice. And I lost a ton of weight.
You don't say.
But that just got me through. I mean, that was my lunch and dinner 5 days a week that he worked there? Because you were always in that area anyway. They're going to class, whatever the deal was. You pop in there, bring it home with you. I got my thermos full of coffee. I've got my fried rice.
But that's one of the easier things about being super broke is what you're going to eat. The question is, am I going to eat? And if I am going to eat, I know what I'm going to have because it's going to be ramen noodles, right? Because they're always there. They're always cheap. You might not want them, but you got to eat something. Upgraded at one point. I had broken up with the chick. She found this cat on a railroad track when the cat was 3 weeks old. She brought it home. I did not want a cat. She wanted a cat. So naturally, by the time we broke up, ended up being my cat, the cat that I didn't want. Cool. Well, I'm broke, and I cannot afford cat food, and the cat can't eat ramen noodles. So I switched up my diet for about a year and a half, moved on from ramen noodles. I would buy a couple of cans of not even Star-Kissed tuna. Whatever the cheapest tuna is probably 50% freaking dolphin. And I would open this can of tuna, and I could not afford mayonnaise. So I had a plastic knife, and I'd cut it down the center and give the cat half, right? And the cat loved me being broke. Because it's like, oh, my friends are eating dry food. I'm getting straight up tuna and oil because you can't even afford
I love tuna oil.
I did not because you smell like it all day. So, and then I would eat the other half a can
I
of
always
tuna.
get it in water.
But the thing is, I could only do 2 cans a day, and mostly because I had to feed the freaking cat. The cat ended up making me open more tuna than I wanted. Then I get a gig in radio. Give you an idea of how well radio pays at the time, at least. So I would still get the cans of tuna, but at that point, it was exclusively for the cat. And let me remind people again, I did not want this cat. And when you're super broke, this cat is a real strain on my resources, but also you end up loving the cat. So I'm like, man, I know I'm spending $1.79 on you a day, but that's like 3 times more than I can afford. But I worked the overnight, got off at 6 a.m., I'd walk home, and as it turns out, the Dunkin' Donuts that was between my place and work, they got rid of their old donuts from the night before, and they put up the fresh ones that were trucked in at about 6 in the morning. So by the time I got there, say 6:30, you go to the dumpster, the big black trash bags full of nothing but donuts. Nothing but donuts. And no, I never accidentally grabbed a bag of trash, just donuts. But I would get home, and I'd eat like 3 or 4 donuts. And I did that 9 months to a year, and everyone thought I was joking. They're like, you can't live on that. I'm like, well, you can because I am. I'm like, I don't have any other resources. But then when I would go to work, and this is when I got my first raise in radio. So for a couple of months, when you're working overnight, there's nobody there. And we had a vending machine. And I had no money to get anything out of the vending machine. So I would just like bum rush this thing, hit it as hard as I could. It was a giant thing. It barely moved. And while I hate Mallow cups, I mean, dude, there's Reese's in there. There's Snicker bars.
That's not what's going to fall.
That's not what falls. The only thing that would ever fall, and they always fall, were Mallow cups, dude. And I don't know if you remember them. They are disgusting. But you're starving, and there's nothing else to eat there. So I'd eat these Mallow cups. Well, a memo comes out, hey, somebody's messing with the vending machine because the money doesn't add up to the loss of inventory. About a week later, it's like, hey, whoever's loving the Mallow cups, because that's the only thing where we can't justify how many are missing versus the cost. Finally, my boss just came to me directly, and he's like, are you stealing Mallow cups out of the vending machine? And I said, look, man, I ought to be dead honest with you. I bum rush the thing. I hit it as hard as I can. And just the look on his face when you're telling him, it's like, what? I said, I don't have any money. I cannot afford anything. And I hit it, and I was like, Bill, I effing hate Mallow cups, but they drop every freaking time. The green and white Mallow cups, I cannot, it's like eating AstroTurf with caulk in it, man. But I'm like, but that's what's there. Yeah. So that's what I eat. And he said, well, why are you doing that? I said, I cannot afford. He said, it's a vending machine. I said, right, you know what you pay me. So they gave me a 50-cent raise per hour. But hey, here's the thing. I would go to the vending machine, and the first time I got a Snickers bar out of the vending machine, it's not the first time I had a Snickers bar, but just getting it out of the vending machine, me paying money and just watching it drop, that was the best Snickers bar I have ever eaten in my freaking life.
We would act like we were robbing a bank at our own parents' home, make sure they were not there. We would go with bags of stuff, and my buddy would... We didn't want them to know that we were stealing their food.
What I'm saying is,
most parents are just take it.
No, I know, but
it's weird being a parent.
We were adults because we were going to take good stuff. All right, so like I'd grab a steak or two.
You're stealing their steak.
Well, that's the difference.
Go big or go home, right? So we would have.
My mom would just you come over and take like front, chips or hamburger.
Car running in the front. I know where the key is in the back, where the slider is. Got my backpack on. Tear off around there, man. Thump, 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 thump. Grab an orange juice. Grab 6 eggs, whatever I could just stick in there.
And they never figured this out.
No.
I would look at my wife immediately and be like, Our broke-ass kids. Because, like, if someone's
Wouldn't you just
robbing
look in there
our
and go,
house-
someone ate the rest of the cheese?
If it's just me and my wife at this point because the kids have moved out and they are broke, as most kids are when they move out, and I know they know how to get into my home, I'd be like, and based on the food that's missing, either it's my son or my daughter. I know damn well they're breaking
I still had a brother and sister living at home.
Okay, that helps.
I'd cover.
That helps.
I'd cover. Like I told my sister, don't you say a word. I remember she's sitting there doing her homework. Kids would tell him, like, you be quiet, I'm starving. What do you or did you need to get through your day? 206-803.
You're a pro at running your life, at committing to your workout, at showing up every day. At Bombas, we're pros too. Pros at making socks. Our sport assortment has specialized socks for whatever sport you're committed to. Running, hiking, golf, Pilates, and so much more. Made with sweat-wicking yarns, blister-fighting details, and targeted arch support. Bombas Sport is pro-level socks from the pros of socks. For another pro, you. Go to bombas.com/audio and use code audio for 20% off your first purchase. That's bombas.com and use code audio.
Testing season is right around the corner, and this is when confidence really matters. When kids take time to review key concepts and strengthen their skills before assessments, it can make all the difference. IXL helps reinforce what they're learning right now, so they walk into every test feeling prepared, capable, and confident. IXL is an award-winning online learning platform that helps kids truly understand what they're learning. Whether they're building math confidence, strengthening reading and writing skills, or reviewing science concepts. Designed for students from pre-K through 12th grade, IXL delivers personalized, interactive practice that adapts to your child's level and pace. It's an easy, effective way to support learning as the school year heads into its final stretch. Studies show kids who use IXL score higher on tests, proven in all 50 states. IXL is used in 96 of the top 100 school districts in the U.S. Make an impact on your child's learning. Get IXL now. And listeners can get an exclusive 20% off IXL membership when they sign up today at IXLlearning.com/audio. Visit IXLlearning.com/audio to get the most effective learning program out there at the best price.
Skincare experts and dermatologists have often touted the benefits of indoor humidity as essential for healthy, glowing skin. But did you know dry air can start to harm your skin in as little as 30 minutes? For years, many people have relied on humidifiers for better skin, sleep, and overall wellness. But traditional models, bulky, mold-prone, and difficult to maintain. That's where Canopy Humidifier comes in. Recommended by leading dermatologists, Canopy is a completely reimagined humidifier designed to elevate any space, offering the ultimate in skincare and wellness benefits. Canopy's clean moisture combats dryness, dullness, and fine lines while strengthening the skin's barrier and boosting the effectiveness of topical skincare products. With its sleek design, Canopy is the cleanest and easiest humidifier on the market. With its unique technology, cleaning is as easy as popping it in the dishwasher. Go to getcanopy.co to save $25 on your Canopy humidifier purchase today with Canopy's filter subscription. Even better, use code PODCAST at checkout to save an additional 10% off your Canopy purchase. Your skin will thank you.
At Amica Insurance, we know it's not just about where you're going, but who you go with. That's why we work even harder to protect what matters most. And as a mutual insurance company, we're built for our customers and prioritize your needs. Amica, empathy is our best policy. Visit amica.com and get a quote today.
This is a vacation with Chase Sapphire Reserve. The butler who knows your name. This is the robe, the view, the steam from your morning coffee. This is the complimentary breakfast on the balcony, the beach with no one else on it. This is The Edit, a collection of hand-picked luxury hotels you can access with Chase Sapphire Reserve, and a $500 Edit credit that gets you closer to all of it. Chase Sapphire Reserve, now even more rewarding.
Learn more at chase.com/Sapphire Reserve. Cards issued by JP Morgan Chase Bank and a member FDIC, subject to credit approval.
You're on.
The mighty 99.9 KISW and KISW HD1 Seattle. Always live on the free Odyssey app. From the Pinky's Plumbing Studio, you're in the men's room. Text the guys at 206-803-ROCK.
Some things are functional. People are texting in. What do you need basically to get through your day? Prilosec. Acid reflux sucks.
Oh, yeah.
I take one of those every morning.
I'm not at that point, but I pay the price on a few different things.
Shouldn't shock you with Seattle coffee. Can't remember the last time I went a full day without at least one. I drink mainly, though, decaf. So I'm not constantly shaking high, but just like the taste and experience of a hearty hot drink.
All right.
Nicotine, Metamucil, I'll agree with that on you. I take one every night before I go to bed.
All right.
If I don't, my life is miserable. Espresso at the start of the day, or I'll have a headache. Vitamin D, magnesium, fish oil, and vitamin B.
Is that all one person?
Yes.
Damn. All right.
It's sad, but I can't spend a day without my phone. All right.
Yeah, a lot of people are that way.
Working out, that's somewhere I need to get. Making the bed, always have to make the bed. It's just part of what I have to do every day. So simple, but I know that's not maybe what you're not looking for. But that's exactly
what do you need to do to be comfortable to get through your day? If it's making your bed, cool.
Stretching every morning.
Yeah, well, I can't help but do that.
My Xbox, masturbating, and walking my dogs.
Every day?
You don't masturbate every day?
Not every day.
What's your weekly total?
Well, for Lent, I've been trying to stay away from it.
Oh, really? That's But if you don't do it every day, I would think that'd be an easier, not necessarily easy, but an easier one to achieve. I try to at least punch the clown at least once a day, man.
Could you call in bullpen relief or anything, man? Do you have a?
Yeah, I was just trying to not do it myself. But we've slipped up a couple times.
I get it. I did it by accident, man.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah.
I mean, how do you slip up and masturbate? I mean, just like either you're consciously doing it or you're not. You know?
Well, I'm just saying it slipped up and then I made the decision to, and I shouldn't have.
Right, just mentally.
What was the trigger?
Oh, it had to be something.
I know it had to be something. You saw something, oh my God.
TV commercial, you're like,
no, honestly, I just was hungover. I was hungover. I had watched soccer at my buddy's house in the morning.
That's a sad masturbate story.
And then when I was
all sweaty and tired.
No, I drove home and I don't know why. I looked at my buddy. He goes, "We can do the rest of the day." I go, "I don't know. Take a nap. Might break the fast." And he goes, "What?" I go, "Err." And he's like, "Jesus, you don't have to tell me." I go, "I don't know why I told you." I go, "But
that's out of the bag now."
Honest,
well, I was going to take a nap. It's going to be a big Sunday.
Just being honest.
Do you take a nap first?
No, after.
Okay.
That gets you to nap time.
When you said the order, you said take a nap to masturbate. And I thought that was awful.
Look, if you ever wake up at 2:30 in the morning or 3:30 and you can't go back to bed, that's a surefire way to get back to sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, generally, it's much God damn it. I shouldn't go down this path. Sometimes I would say in the fall, it's tougher.
Football?
Yeah.
Yeah. You got to
wait after Red Zone.
Well, no. Just sometimes you're watching games and it...
The urge hits?
Yeah. Crowd shot.
I don't know.
Those Carl's Jr.'s commercial come on there.
Yeah. Before you know it, you're getting all fired up. It's halftime.
Ordering food. Knock on your door in the middle of it. What do you or did you need to get through your day? 206-803-ROCK.
Well, most places now have like a little timer so you can see how close they are. So you kind of time it out.
Like your Uber guy.
Pick up the pace.
Right.
Why are you sweating?
God damn it, I don't think you're being this quick.
I mean, look, I think we've all been there when you have a neighbor or somebody knock on the door and you kind of open the door like, hello. Like your hips are completely moved away. I'm fine. Yes. I always stand like this. What can I do you for?
It's like the pose you do when you give a hug to a female family member.
Right.
Yeah, we can't get close. But here you go.
All right.
Did you just masturbate? Why are you standing like that? I'll start calling people out. Why are you standing like that, man? You just punch clown?
Why do you have headphones in? I was working out here.
Right. Like you said with your dad. Why are you so sweaty?
God, that was awful.
It
took him a minute to open the door.
Oh, you know what's going on.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Just saying hi, Dad.
Hello, Cheyenne. Welcome to the men's room.
Hi, gentlemen.
Hola.
So, honestly, what I need to get through the day is at least one energy drink, which isn't the best habit, but at least I do the zero sugar. So
I don't think it's the sugar as much as it is like the taurine and other things
and everything. Like I never hear them say, "Hey, man, don't drink energy drinks." All the sugar, like that does. They're like the best thing in your freaking energy drink might be the sugar. But how many? If you said at least one, but if it were up to you, how many would you actually drink in a day?
Probably two. It depends on what I'm doing too, because I mean, I do have a podcast now, so I go around doing interviews. But like, it just depends on no more than two, and usually just one.
All right. Here's what made me stop. I used to have one every single day, and the guy that cut me off, believe it or not, was my dentist. I went in to get my teeth cleaned, nothing big, and he goes, man, I got to ask you, what have you been doing differently lately? Because your enamel is really starting to come off your teeth quickly. And I was like, what do you mean what I've been doing? And he's like, food, drinking, smoking, what are you doing? You're like, what are you doing to your mouth? He's like, are you using a different mouthwash? What's the deal? And I was like, man, coffee, and then I'll have energy drink in the afternoon, because he asked me what I was drinking. He's like, bingo. He's like, that is taking the enamel off your teeth.
Really?
And then when I stopped and went back in there, he's like, you're much better now.
Damn.
So that was the reason.
I have nothing against energy drinks because, like, to me, what I hear is liquid cocaine. Like, and I don't like the taste.
Well,
so
that's
also prevented me from drinking them because they don't taste good. And then also,
I don't think the 5-hour energies have that same chemical component.
I don't know.
So, like, you could probably just shoot one of those if you want to get a quick boost,
but for me,
not ruin your teeth.
Yeah, I never got energy. I just got shaky. You know what I mean? So, like, if I were tired and I'm like, you know what, I'm going to guzzle this energy drink. Like, my brain feels like it's vibrating, my hands are shaking, but I'm still tired. Right? Okay. So for me, and I just don't like the taste.
I mean, I liked them. I used to drink them here and there, but I don't know. You read all this bad stuff. It's like I already do enough bad stuff. I don't need to. I don't need to add energy drinks.
That is true. Like my habits are not the best, and like I said, I don't like the taste enough to introduce that also to everything else in my body. My kid, and he plays volleyball and all this, and he'll try to convince me. I need energy drinks. I'm like, brother, there's a lot of different ways to get energy. I'm not buying it for you. So during a tournament, I would let him have one. And he's pretty good about it. And when he gets this thing, I don't know, it's like finding the Holy Grail. I mean, he holds it for a second, just stares at it, takes it down.
Has he ever had one before? At this point?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Like I said, if it's tournament day, I let him have one before the tournament starts because I can see, like, he's kind of wired and losing his mind, but very active on the floor. He's very good at his sport in that case. But otherwise, and he doesn't even really ask about it now. So now he has some kind of nasty. He has protein bars that he swears he needs. But over the weekend, this is what he told me. Takes himself to bed a little bit early. I'm like, all right, man. Good night. And he's like, well, do you know why I'm going to bed early, Dad? I said, I don't. It's like I need at least 8 hours of sleep. Otherwise, my T levels would drop. I said, you were 13.
Wow.
You have probably more testosterone going on in your body than
you're not even close. Just wait.
Look, man, you hear whatever or you read whatever. So now he's concerned about his testosterone levels. I'm like, at 13. Okay, but he's like, well, hey, man, 8 hours of sleep, and they stay the same. I said, well, also you need 8 hours of sleep because you're 13, and that's a good amount of sleep to get, aside from your testosterone. So after he goes to this, he then looks at me and he goes, what is good testosterone? I said, so you don't even know what this is, but you're worried about losing it. He's like, well, something with dudes. I said, well, women tend to lead estrogen, guys lead testosterone, right? These are the things that kind of make us who we are. And I said, good testosterone? It's just good testosterone. He's like, well, it's good. I said, either you have high or you have low. If it is neither of those, then you have good.
Good.
I don't know what the exact count is. I don't know what the science is, man. But I said, I promise you, at 13 years old, playing all the sports you play, you're fine. I know you just read something, so here you are. But I'm like, don't only sleep. So even last night, took himself to bed a little bit later. It's like, I'm only going to get about 7.5 hours tonight. I'm like, I think you'll be okay. But I like the idea.
Who puts this crap in kids' heads?
I don't know, and I don't care.
Well,
because
I mean,
in the
testosterone. I mean, that thing's just everywhere.
Right, but every TV commercial, all this crap, all the pop-up ads. But if he wants to get 8 hours of sleep, I'm like, cool. Because when I was 13, I wanted about 2 hours of sleep. And I want to go to bed late, all that kind of thing. So I'm like, hey, whatever his motivation to get 8 hours of sleep on his own, and he's going to come to me and tell me that, I'm like, brother, I don't care if you're worried because you think Freddy Krueger's going to come in and kill you. Like, you want to get 8 hours of sleep? Get 8 hours of sleep.
I cannot believe the amount of pills that I need to take now every day. That's the one thing as you get older. Where you're like, my doctor said I was B12 deficient.
What does B12 do?
Great, exactly.
But can you explain that?
I don't. But that was one thing he said that I needed. He's like, you're low, really. You're B12. I'm like, all right.
And
the other thing was the cholesterol medication. What is that? Like Crestor or something like that.
Yeah, that's one of them.
But that's important. Like that's medically important as far as.
But they didn't tell you the problem of not having it. I just Googled it. So they just said you need this, but we're not going to tell you why. Turns out it's an important thing.
Okay,
right?
why?
So the B12 vitamin, cobalamin, whatever, it's an essential nutrient that supports nerve cell function, produces DNA, and forms healthy red blood cells. And that's great.
Okay.
I'm just saying, if you're a doctor, just add, like most doctors, they'll tell you whatever situation you're in, and they say the Latin version. And then they reframe it for you to understand. You have migraines, right? But that's not what they call it. They call it something else. Same thing with that. If you tell me I'm low in B12 and do not tell me why it's important, and this is just me, my brain blocks it out.
Then they told me I need to take an omega-3 for cholesterol as well.
I've heard that.
So then I'm going to take a vitamin D because I live here.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then I take a probiotic because he said my stomach is a little bit upset and gets messed up.
What does a probiotic do? Is that like the good gut?
Yeah, it's kind of like the equivalent of not having to eat yogurt.
Have you asked if you can get the fecal transplant? Right, because that's what that is.
I don't know. I mean, if someone wants to do that, that's fine. But, just give me a warning for it.
Yeah.
I don't want any surprises. Like, if you're going to put your finger there, I need to know ahead of time.
How do they do that? How do they do they just transplant it directly into your butt?
Don't they baster you?
I think it's pills.
Ew.
I think you take pills that then dissolve.
So suppository.
I don't think it's suppository.
I think it goes. I think it goes up the back.
It might. Hang on.
No, I'm pretty sure.
Make sure you get it right if they give you one.
Yeah, exactly.
Doc, they dissolve pretty quick in my mouth.
Is this a rectal thermometer? Because this tastes funny.
Right, exactly. I'm just curious. What do you got, Mike?
Restore healthy gut bacteria. Procedure. Healthy donor stool is processed, filtered, and often frozen to create a liquid mixture.
Oh!
It's introduced into the patient's colon, typically via a colonoscopy.
All right. Okay, now we're talking.
But they're still putting it on the backside.
But sometimes through an upper endoscopy, sigmoidoscopy, or enema.
Okay.
So, yeah, they're going right in the back door.
And here you are sitting there saying, I think it's a pill. Hey, Doc, just pour the liquid in the glass. Let me do a shot with a beer.
There's a reason I'm a producer of a radio show, not a doctor, Steve.
Good God, man. I'd be so mad.
Just take this concoction.
When I got
come back and like, hey, Mr. Hill, just to follow up, you were here 6 weeks ago. Turns out that medication you've been taking, not oral.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be suppository. My bad. I apologize.
When I get my hemorrhoidectomy, I'd have to bend over and look in a mirror and just try to find it and then push the pills up in there.
Wait a minute. Did you have to get a different
You don't want to
mirror?
ask a friend to do that.
No. There's no friend on earth that's going to do that.
That's the only way to take them?
Well, the ones that I needed for there. They're kind of like a soothing gel, slow release.
Could you just use your bathroom
All right, that
mirror?
makes more sense. So that's for like the treatment.
Yes.
I'm trying to think, but the angle of this. I'm thinking where my bathroom mirror is, all right? If I did this in my bathroom.
I'm bent over like this, right? I'm looking back like, if someone's taking me from
So you're not looking between your legs.
No, I'm looking back like if I was like I'm going to flip my hair like a chick, right?
Right.
And then I can see the starfish. And
do you kick one leg up or do you just...
You can do one of these.
That's what I'd have to do.
You have to visually aim, Miles?
Well, I mean...
There's only one spot I could go.
It's so sore.
They bring up a good point.
You don't want to keep pushing the area and they're not going in the right spot. Because it really hurts around the hole. You don't want to push it where the suture is.
No, Mike makes a good point. Like, if I close my eyes, I can still find my mouth.
That's right.
Yeah, you know what I
the
mean?
easiest game of pin the tail on the donkey, man.
Because you eat with it, you're always messing with your mouth.
But I poop out of my butt.
But
you wipe every day.
I know
You
where
can
to
tell
wipe.
yeah.
I do not wipe my hip. I wipe my butt, man, and not just my butt, but
you're also wiping all around it. You're not just going straight for the sheriff's badge.
How do you poop? I mean, to me, like
sometimes it's
you got the points of exit, and then there's a little bit on either side, but not the whole thing.
If you ever given yourself a suppository?
No,
I have not.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's a little weird until you actually have to do it.
I'm gonna go home tonight, close my eyes, and see if I can insert my own finger into and then brag to everyone. Found it.
No, it's not putting
it's first try.
It's pushing something in there.
So that's fair. You know what? You're holding on to something that's protruding from your finger,
small.
so you have to try to make sure the angle's right.
Now I want to see. I'm confident
because it's like a long pill. It's not like a little tiny pill.
Long pill.
So you want it to go in like it looks like the Led Zeppelin.
So Steve, take a pencil.
Yeah,
I'm going to take.
Let the front end go first.
I'm going to break the points off.
You don't want it sideways.
Lube it up.
Because once it goes, then it goes, and it's gone.
See, that scares me.
It's gone. Like there's this,
like the bank vacuum tube thing.
Exactly. There's a little mechanism in there that just goes, and it's gone.
Like a VCR, just taking the tape.
But that's so weird to me because everything else your butt does is about expelling things. But if you're going to hand it something, it just snatches it up. You know what I mean? Like, hey, 99.9% of the time, all I do is say exit, right? But if you're going to give me something, somehow your butt knows, and it's like...
That was the hardest thing about that hemorrhoidectomy was the fact that for probably 5-6 months, I had to sit in the bathtub every time I used the bathroom.
Right.
I did not want to eat. I was so scared.
You just don't want to poop, right?
I did not want to use the bathroom. So, like, I think I lost about 20 pounds during that entire process.
Did they give you a medical grade stool softener, or you just stick with Metamucil?
I was doing stuff like this. I was making my own hummus with chickpeas, garlic, tahini, anything.
And 12 quarts of oil.
Anything that would just
that'd be me, bro.
Anything that was just that would come out like a winner.
I keep going down the green like, yeah, you made the hummus.
Like, I didn't want peanuts. I didn't want anything, you know what I mean, that could possibly come out the same way it went in.
No obstructions.
Right. Nothing.
So no corn.
No steak.
No leafy vegetables, I'm thinking.
Well, leafy vegetables like spinach and all that stuff wasn't bad.
I don't know because I don't eat that stuff, but I've heard the people that
Kale.
do, they'll see like traces of it.
What?
Well, I think it depends too. Probably in your situation, like you could eat a bunch of ice cream, but then you'd just be evacuating.
Exactly.
So you'd be worried about
cutting
stuff open again.
Yep. What do you or did you need to get through your day?
Is he drinking vegetable oil? He is. Don't ask.
Just chugging it. Let no bad happen.
206-803-ROCK.
Skincare experts and dermatologists have often touted the benefits of indoor humidity as essential for healthy, glowing skin. But did you know dry air can start to harm your skin in as little as 30 minutes? For years, many people have relied on humidifiers for better skin, sleep, and overall wellness. But traditional models, bulky, mold-prone, and difficult to maintain. That's where Canopy Humidifier comes in. Recommended by leading dermatologists, Canopy is a completely reimagined humidifier designed to elevate any space, offering the ultimate in skincare and wellness benefits. Canopy's clean moisture combats dryness, dullness, and fine lines while strengthening the skin's barrier and boosting the effectiveness of topical skincare products. With its sleek design, Canopy is the cleanest and easiest humidifier on the market. With its unique technology, cleaning is as easy as popping it in the dishwasher. Go to getcanopy.co to save $25 on your Canopy humidifier purchase today with Canopy's filter subscription. Even better, use code PODCAST at checkout to save an additional 10% off your Canopy purchase. Your skin will thank you.
They say if you want to go fast, go alone. But if you want to go far, go together. At Amica Insurance, we know what matters most to you. And we work even harder to protect it, together. As a mutual insurance company, we're built for our customers and prioritize your needs. Amica, empathy is our best policy. Visit amica.com and get a quote today.
This is the Chase Sapphire Lounge at Boston Logan. You got clam chowder. In New York, Dirty Martini. Over 1,300 airport lounges and one card that gets you in. Chase Sapphire Reserve, now even more rewarding.
Learn more at chase.com/Sapphire Reserve. Cards issued by JP Morgan Chase Bank and a member FDIC, subject to credit approval.
Carpal tunnel syndrome. Heart failure that doesn't improve with common medicines. These are some signs and symptoms associated with ATTR-CM, or the cardiomyopathy of ATTR amyloidosis, a serious heart condition with symptoms that get worse over time. Amvuttra, vutrisiran, is a prescription medicine given by a healthcare provider that treats ATTR-CM in adults to reduce heart-related death, hospital stays, and urgent visits. In a clinical study, Amvuttra was proven to help people live longer and have fewer heart-related hospital stays and urgent visits over 3 years compared to placebo. Amvuttra lowers the amount of vitamin A in your blood, which can affect vision. Other side effects include pain in the arms or legs, pain in the joints, and shortness of breath. These are not all the possible side effects of Amvuttra. For prescribing information, call 1-833-256-2748 or learn more at amvuttra.com. Ask your doctor about Amvuttra for ATTR-CM.
USAA knows dynamic duos can save the day, like superheroes and sidekicks or auto and home insurance. With USAA, you can bundle your auto and home and save up to 10%. Tap the banner to learn more and get a quote at USAA.com/bundle. Restrictions apply.
Hon, is your new pinball machine in our budget?
KeyBank will meet you in that our money is now our money moment.
Actually, our banker Steve recommended we start a joint checking account for bills and keep our individual accounts for things like, pinball machines.
Did someone say Banker Steve? I was in the neighborhood, in case you had any checking account questions.
Steve, you're always there for us. Now, how quickly can we open that account?
Steve, are you seeing this?
For every financial need, we'll meet you in the moment. KeyBank opens doors. KeyBank member FDIC.
Calling all sightseers and selfie takers. Welcome to Texas, where a day on our hiking trails will lead to a lifetime of memories. And family road trips become family legends. Where thrill seekers make a splash into spring-fed pools. And picky eaters will clean their plates. This is your invitation to visit Texas and see it for yourself. Visit TravelTexas.com and plan your family's trip today. Let's Texas.
Finding ways to be financially savvy is a smart move, and knowing you could be saving money for the things you really want, like that dream home or new ride, is a great feeling. That's why the State Farm Personal Price Plan can help you save when you choose to bundle home and auto. Bundling, just another way to save with the Personal Price Plan. Prices are based on rating plans that vary by state. Coverage options are selected by the customer. Availability, amount of discounts and savings, and eligibility vary by state.
99.9 KISW. The shenanigans continue. This is the Men's Room with Miles and Thrill.
They say February and March are when a lot of gyms in their shoes start gathering dust, but economist Emily Oster argues in an op-ed the real problem is not our willpower. It's the way that exercise research is framed and actually sold to us.
All right.
So instead of focusing on how to keep people moving for the long haul, she writes studies and headlines obsess over which workout is best. Running versus swimming, walking, jogging, zone 2, something else. They say the problem is that most of this research is nonsense. The gold standard randomizing trials that we need to truly compare these regimens are so large and costly they rarely exist. So what we mostly have, Oster explains, is the blur, the line between correlation and causation. Swimmers in one study look worse off than runners, not because swimmers don't work, but because swimmers tend to have more health risks to begin with. Similar flaws underpin buzzy claims about step counts, and 1 minute of vigorous equals an hour of light, or running, then walking, then running, then walking. Their advice is that people find an exercise tailored to their own likes and lifestyle and just stick with it. It does not matter what you do. You just need to do something.
There you go.
All right. That's basically what it comes down.
How many steps do you get a day? You what, 10,000, 20?
10,000 every day.
10,000. What does that add up to roughly in miles? Does it translate that on your app? Does it say
it can. I just haven't looked in a second. Hang on.
Like if you just walked in a straight line, took 10,000 steps, how far away are you?
Miles is about 5 miles.
Okay. Because I found when we were we went to Mexico City 4, 5, 6 years ago with the kids. Kids are younger. And my wife and I, when we visit a place, we just like to walk. That is what we do, right? I don't know this town. Let's just check it out and walk. The kids are with us. So they pissed and moaned and bitched the whole first day to the point where, as a dad, I'm like, I'm going to kill them in their sleep. God damn it. Mm-hmm. So it occurred to me the next morning, because they already look like, oh, no, we're going to do this again. I say, hey, guys, how many steps did you get yesterday? And they each look at their phones. They had however many thousand steps. I said, all right, today, let's try to get blank. Now they're all in.
Right.
All right, so now they're all in, and they want to beat each other, and it's ridiculous. So, like, my daughter at one point started doing, like, smaller steps. Even she wasn't moving any faster, but did smaller steps, so her step count went up. But at the point that my wife and I are like, okay, we are wiped out. We are ready to go back to the hotel. They're like, no, man, I want to hit however many thousand. So, almost backfired, but I found, like, just that little challenge, if you do have a certain number of steps you want to get, people go for it. Like we say, Mike walks up and down the hall and circulates.
That's about an hour and 15 minutes a day of walking. I'm going to assume. If you walk like a 14-minute mile.
Yeah.
Somewhere in there.
Yeah, there's been a time or two that we just knocked it out. And it's about hour and 15.
Okay,
it's not so bad.
Yeah, like if I'm at the track, like that's half a mile.
Yeah.
Like if I'm trying to like hustle, you can knock out 5.
That's right. You do that, every morning?
Not every morning. No.
How many?
But I only do it 2 or 3 days a week. I should do it more.
But still.
But I'm like, I just like to get it done.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
Then,
So
then every other step he takes bonus.
Correct. And I just have a very tough time getting home once I'm done work and being like, now I'm going to go do this.
What do you or did you do? What did you do that you needed to get through your day? So as far as walking goes, now that's exercise is one thing, but I took a job. I was 22 years old. It was one of my first full-time jobs. Mm-hmm. It was an overnight shift. Not the biggest deal in the world, except for where this place was about 4 miles from where I lived.
Okay.
And my car kept having all these problems, transmission problems, get it rebuilt. There goes another $800. I just had to get rid of the car. It was done.
Yeah.
So I didn't have a car. But the problem was that it was about 4 miles there. So I could do it in about an hour. But this is all year round in a place that has some pretty brutal winters.
Sure.
And not only that, but you need to walk home in the morning. Back to when you get done with work, you just want to go home and chill out.
Correct.
And that hour or so long walk in the rain out of necessity, there was no bus line that went that way. I did it 6 days a week. It kept me in great shape, but it was just something I needed to do at the time just to keep my job. And
I mean, that was when I got the gig in Baltimore. It's 3 miles door to door from where I lived to the front door of our building, and I would do it every day. And to be fair, I did not mind the walk, but as you were saying, in the wintertime or when they had these thunderous rainstorms, then it sucked. And there were alternative ways to get there, but I also found that it cleared my mind a lot, both before and after work, to do the walk. So even getting off from work, I looked forward to the walk. And because I don't care who you are, at the end of the day, you just want to get stuff out of your system. Most bars aren't open at 6 a.m., and I was not in a financial position to take advantage of it, even if they were. So just that hour walk home, I'm like, all right, I feel kind of good.
The weather does affect it, right? Like, one thing I miss about living, on the hill is I could walk to work. Mm-hmm. There'd be some, especially in the fall, you get those short, dark days. Walking home, it's pissing
crisp.
Rain. Oh, God. No, those are sad.
Exactly.
But it's not far enough away that you feel good getting a cab or an Uber.
Right, it was literally just over a mile from my apartment to here.
Yeah.
Right, it's I'm not going to get in an Uber, but you're right. There'll be some days you get home and just you're wearing a waterproof jacket, so that's fine, but your jeans are just soaked.
And they weigh 40 pounds. Mm-hmm. You know what I realized I do, and this is before I had kids, I never would have imagined this is the case. But something I need to get through my day as a fact. And I do it with the kids every day, even though they're teens now, so you get the side hug, but I'm like, hey, when we see each other in the morning and when we say goodnight, we get the hug.
Yeah.
When we say hello and goodbye, we get the hug. And I mean, I am a madman about that. That is every single day. And if it doesn't happen, I feel weird.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Somebody had to rush out of the house. And it has no impact on today other than the fact that it's almost like OCD. I'm like, there's something that didn't happen today. And this is bugging me. So when I get home, that kid who I did not get the hug from, they're getting the hug.
Well, that's because you didn't get it growing up. I know exactly what that is.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, my parents were just high by and all that. And look, they were fine parents and all that, not overly affectionate. So my kids, I'm like, no, you're giving me the hug.
My parents never called to find out where I was. It's just when he gets home, he gets home. They didn't care. They didn't care where I was. I came home and covered in dirt. I was like, all your dinner's in there, man, if you want to put it in the microwave.
That was it. And leave us alone.
Pretty much it. Back to those survival of foods during the thin years and what people survive on now that is not exactly the most healthy. As the caller said, sugary energy boosters. Soda, energy drinks, fruit juices, specialty coffees are used for caffeine and sugar highs. But they say that crash is pretty tough on some people. And high calories, too. So
I was going to say, especially coffees as well.
Yeah.
Like when I didn't start drinking coffee until I was in my 30s. So I generally drink it black, right? I'll drink Americanos black, whatever. Well, I guess that makes it Americano. But on the weekends, you like to get a vanilla latte or something.
Yes, you do.
But I know plenty of people that have struggled with their weight and just drink. Thrill drinks those ridiculous kind of giant milkshake frappuccino things.
They're not ridiculous. That would be the Venti Caramel Crunch Frappuccino, yes.
Yeah.
But Starbucks could just call themselves Dairy Queen at this point.
Almost. I mean, I don't even know what coffee
I think some people just don't even think about it, right? That's just how you drink your coffee, with this syrup and that syrup.
But what's funny,
but you wouldn't drink soda like that.
My wife even called me out. It was either yesterday or the day before. We're saying it's not about Starbucks. And she's like, but you don't get coffee at Starbucks. She's like, you get coffee-flavored drinks. But she's like, if you get a 24-ounce beverage from Starbucks, maybe an ounce of that as coffee. I'm like, you're right. But I don't go to Starbucks for the coffee. I go there for all of the ridiculous drinks where they say, do you want whipped cream on that? And I always told them, if it is unhealthy, add it. You don't even have to ask me. Just add it.
Yeah.
8 million calories. It's made out of sugar. I know there's a splash of coffee. Yeah, put the whipped cream on.
Some of the Starbucks pre-made drinks, like the cans of coffee.
The bottles are delicious.
Those little glass bottles. I swear to God, I don't even know if there's any actual coffee in them.
I don't think
they are, man.
You'll
get the jitters off those.
Really?
They are so good.
Oh, yeah.
Delicious.
The ones with the screw on top?
Yeah.
Glass? Oh, yeah.
You get the jitters from those?
And their cans.
The cans, I feel like, might.
But the cans you got to look at, right? Because they have the shorter cans that I think are.
I'm talking
legit.
about the tall, skinny boys.
Well, there's taller ones that are just throw it out.
Like a Red Bull size.
They're bigger than Red Bull, though. It's like a can. It's like a 16-ounce can.
Just sugar.
It's just sugar. That's what I'm saying. I love those things. But I don't, like, on the weekends, I'll be like, yeah, I'll get one or whatever. But, like, there's no way that's, like, I'm just drinking it because it tastes good.
Yes. More common survival foods and their impacts. Processed snacks. This would include chips, pretzels, cookies, candy bars. They offer immediate gratification, high in refined carbohydrates, sodium, and unhealthy fats.
Isn't that just a snack? Like everything you're they whatever name kind of snack, and I'm like, to me, it's a snack. What else is this? I guess people eat like apples,
bananas,
fruit, string cheese.
Is string cheese healthy, or is it just one of those? It's not unhealthy. You know what I mean? Like,
I think in general, it's just not terribly unhealthy for you.
Okay, it's not doing you any good, but it ain't doing any harm. I forgot that people
but
just
that's
eat
like
fruit.
string cheese or like those little squares of like the Tillamook.
Oh, those man, they're so good.
Is cheese? Is that good or bad for you?
Cheese,
ultimately.
That's what we're saying.
Like, I think if you're trying to eat more protein, like obviously you don't want to just survive on cheese. That would be bad. But I just think as far as the realm of snacks go, I think a string cheese is the worst thing in the world.
They say the convenient breakfast items like Pop-Tarts, cereals that are full of sugar, and muffins are popular for being fast, but are packaged with processed flour, corn syrup, and unhealthy oils.
But that's why they taste so good. Look, Cinnamon Toast Crunch is not healthy.
Yeah.
I'm not even eating something hungry. Typically, I eat it because I just got buzzed up. But still, man, it is so delicious. But the milk's healthy. There's something.
Yeah. I typically don't go big on breakfast things like that.
Really?
I will do something like a bagel, which I think is worse.
Yeah, bagels I've heard are terrible.
I think they're the worst thing you can possibly have in the morning. Fast food and frozen meals, burgers, fries, frozen pizza, boxed macaroni are consumed for speed, often contributing to excessive salt and unhealthy fat consumption. I've lived off those for years being single.
Well, sure.
Just based on the simplicity of them. And pot pies.
Yeah, you're a big pot pie guy. I would go to Pop-Tarts. I never even toasted them. Just open the thing, eat it. They're good. By the way, most people here on YouTube are saying cheese is not good for you in general.
Right.
Yeah. But still delicious.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
I'm just thinking it's compared to chips and pretzels. I'll eat a string cheese.
Isn't that really how we do it, though?
Yeah.
Like, well, look, I'm still going to snack. It's not going to be healthy. It's just not as unhealthy as the other things in my pantry.
Right. Obviously, if you have high cholesterol or something, you don't want to be eating that much cheese.
Sure. Oh, does cheese contribute to cholesterol?
I think so.
I don't know.
Well, then I shouldn't be eating that. Healthy misconceptions on common survival food. That would include granola bars.
Yep.
Flavored yogurts and veggie chips are often packed with hidden sugars and sodium.
But why would they think veggie chips are... Look,
so why would you eat veggie chips if you could just get regular potato chips because you're doing that in the first place?
Because they say veggie, so you think they're healthier.
But think about it. Potatoes are not unhealthy by their nature. We just recognize what potato chips are, right? Because we fry them in fat and add salt. So it's like you take a veggie chip, and it's like vegetables are not unhealthy. But you fry it in oil and add a bunch of salt. Like, it's kind of the same thing.
Yep.
You're just the annoying version of a snacker when you're eating veggie chips.
Well, those ranch veggie straws are pretty damn good, though.
Yeah.
I was about to bring up veggie straws.
They're so good.
I made a pack this week, Ted, when I went to the grocery store that I was going to make a sandwich every day for lunch instead of buying something. So tonight I'm going to fry up some Spam. Next up, processed meats. Deli meats and bacon in sandwiches. And Spam are high in sodium and preservatives, like nitrates. So I'm going to do it.
Well, Spam, come on, man. It's meat in a can. Like, nobody
I've had these
said
cans
this
in there
is
for like
healthy.
3 years, whenever they were like sent to the Daily Make Show.
Yeah, I still have a couple.
So I'm going to get in there and fry
Does it
them.
ever go bad? Or is it
No.
I don't think so.
No.
Okay, well, that to me, other than honey, that's a sign it's probably not that healthy.
Okay.
Doesn't mean I wouldn't eat it.
Your defense, I fried up some Taylor ham on Sunday.
Where'd you get that at?
I got a log of it down at the at De Laurentiis.
How much money did you spend there?
It's not important.
You can't listen.
What do you mean? How much was it?
Bro, if you go to De Laurentiis, all right, so it's in the market and it has just Italian foods, but a lot of them aren't Italian foods you can get at your average grocery store. But they price it like that. And my problem is sometimes my wife will forbid me from joining her to go in there. She's like, look, I'm going to stop in there by blank. You wait out here. I'm like, why? She's like, because you recognize all these different things you want to buy, and then we spend a lot of money.
Yeah,
And
the
I'm
Taylor
like,
ham was fine, but I bought like some stuffed peppers.
I was going to say, you don't
from
just
the deli
buy one
section. Bought some specific.
Would you heat up in the oven?
No. It's like a green stuff, and then it's stuffed with like a little piece of mozzarella and prosciutto.
Oh, you just eat it right there.
Oh, they're awesome.
Dude,
I got like
seriously.
5 of them, and it was like $12.
If you go into De Laurentiis, Miles, you would lose your mind. Because my wife, again, she'll forbid me from going out on certain days. So I'm just here to buy one thing. But she still walks out like a half pound of some really nice prosciutto.
Yeah.
So I'm like, look, I know what you're saying about me, and you're not wrong, but I know that prosciutto costs at least half as much as anything else I would have bought in it.
Some poor man food that got you through the day, back in the day if you needed it. Some of the comments, a bag of potatoes, baked potatoes, fried potatoes, mashed potatoes, ate potatoes all the time. Someone else says the same thing about rice. They were raised on rice.
Rice is fine. I just think the potato, much like the pig, is very, very versatile to me. Mm-hmm. You know, there's 8,000 different ways to prepare a potato. So even like rice, eventually I'll just get sick of. Because I'm eating rice. You got potatoes. Like, look, man, there's so many different ways you can do it. Mashed potato, baked potato, you name it. It's good.
2-month period growing up where all our meals for a family of 4 were ramen, lunch and dinner. Mm-hmm. It got to the point that about for 10 years after, I could not eat ramen. I can eat it again now.
I did the same thing. I swore it off.
It used to be $6 for $1.
We got up to $8 for $1. Safeway.
$6 for $1.
Mount Clair Junction.
That stuff is still good.
It is. Now I buy it and eat it. It's not bad. You just stopped eating it for a while because it is the only thing that you ate. You know? Now I'm down with it.
I was the same thing with peanut butter and jelly.
Oh, really?
There was I ate it so much in grade school that for a while, I was like, I just refused to eat them.
I had 2 last night.
I mean, now I love them again, but probably from like somewhere in my teenage years to like my early 20s. I just was like, I was so sick of them.
And you know what? The only reason I had 2 peanut butter and jelly sandwiches last night is because I was going to have a bowl of Cinnamon Toast Crunch, but we didn't have milk.
I was really poor at the time, so my friend who had some money bought me 30 frozen burritos. That fed me for more than a month.
Yeah, one a day.
Used to have a lot of those growing up.
How much were you paying for those? Because they would sell them so low.
It depends on if you get bean. There's a difference between bean.
If you add meat, the price goes up, man.
And like Old El Paso was a little bit more than the generic version of that.
Yeah, there's different levels.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there really is.
Well, I think
some have steak in them, some do queso.
And sometimes too, it's like, I don't know, you just kind of have a desire for a frozen crappy burrito.
You know what I really wanted last night? That we didn't have a frozen pizza. Like, I just had this overwhelming urge.
I bought 2 Totini's party pizzas, just in case.
I looked in the freezer
Those are the
3 times.
Pour your pizza, too. Yes, exactly. Yeah. Well, you never know when you're going to get high. I just got to wait till after 11. There was about a month in my early adulthood where I got 1 burger per shift at McDonald's. And a case of ramen was my food for the rest of the month.
Mm-hmm.
Shift food. That's another one.
Shift food was huge. So even when you're broke, man, if you're working in a restaurant, at least as a cook, you could eat as well as you could get away with every single day. Because my first job I got when I was homeless was at a restaurant. Ended up being a fairly nice restaurant. I remember thinking at one point, I'm going to go sleep on the sidewalk next to the bushes near the steam vent because it was wintertime, but I'm currently eating duck confit. Right? I mean, just like, I'm like, this is the world I'm living in.
You could have eaten a duck on the street.
Yes, I could have just snagged a duck and hooked it up out there.
Brown rice and ground turkey. At the time, brown rice was 89 cents for a large box. Ground turkey was 69 cents for a frozen 1-pound chub at Safeway.
Damn.
That had to be a long time ago. A gas station, 99-cent burritos. Lived off of them every single day. But I always had weed and a quart plastic bottle of cheap vodka. That's the thing about this, is that you're still saving a little bit of money sometimes for drugs and alcohol.
Yeah. You had to set it aside. I mean, that was my big thing where it came time to re-up my cell phone bill when cell phones were first introduced, and I either had enough money to do that or I could buy a bag of weed. And, I mean, I thought about it for at least 3 seconds and bought a bag of weed.
Bologna sandwiches with mayo and Wonder Bread and Campbell's chicken noodle soup. Ate that exclusively for a year. Instant mashed potatoes and Campbell's French onion soup together with the French onion soup poured on top of the mashed potatoes.
It's not bad. It's not great, but it's really not bad, man.
It doesn't sound bad.
But
I have a buddy. And even for his family, he swears that's all they use is the instant. And I have sat there at a nice dinner because they'll cook other like steaks and everything, and people are like, "Man, these mashed potatoes are unreal."
That game has really gone up.
He's like, "You don't want to hear how I made them."
Look, Izel's serves instant mashed potatoes. You would never know.
Do they?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're good.
There's one. They have flavors now. I bought some over the Christmas break that were Hidden Valley Ranch flavor.
Oh yeah. Ooh. They got cheddar. They've got all kinds.
You don't
of
even have to add gravy.
They got chives and all kinds of
I dig it.
I worked at Aunt Annie's pretzel shop in the mall. We were supposed to throw away any old sold pretzels at the end of each night. I took them home and literally ate nothing but pretzels with mustard for several weeks in a row while working there.
All right.
Spaghetti with just butter and pepper.
Sounds like my daughter.
Noodles?
Yeah.
She just wants plain as
egg noodles.
Just put butter on the noodles. That's it. She's done.
Rice with soy sauce. I've done that. And one more. Here, you can buy a 10-pound bag of chicken legs for less than $10, and there are 9 leg quarters. So you can basically make 3 meals with that, and I package them up, and I've been eating that for a few years.
Not bad, man.
Not a bad idea. Our question, what do you or did you need to get through your day? 206-803.
Hey, it's Scott with Northwest Sleep Solutions in Fairhaven. Check out this review from one of our customers.
I recently bought a bed from Northwest Sleep Solutions, and I'm really happy I did. Scott and his staff were super informative, and the store felt much more welcoming than a typical mattress store. They were the only place in town with a 100% organic latex mattress, and they even hauled it up my stairs during delivery. I'm now sleeping better than ever, thanks to Northwest Sleep Solutions.
Quick, choose a meal deal with McValue. The $5 McChicken meal deal, the $6 McDouble meal deal, or the new $7 Daily Double meal deal. Each with its own small fries, drink, and 4-piece McNuggets. There's actually no rush. I'm just excited for McDonald's.
For limited time only, prices and participation may vary. Not valid for McDelivery.
For adults with Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis symptoms, every choice matters. Tremfya offers self-injection or intravenous infusion from the start. Tremfya is administered as injections under the skin or infusions through a vein every 4 weeks, followed by injections under the skin every 4 or 8 weeks. If your doctor decides that you can self-inject Tremfya, proper training is required. Tremfya is a prescription medicine used to treat adults with moderately to severely active Crohn's disease and adults with moderately to severely active ulcerative colitis. Serious allergic reactions and increased risk of infections and liver problems may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check you for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, flu-like symptoms, or if you need a vaccine. Explore what's possible. Ask your doctor about Tremfya today. Call 1-800-526-7736 to learn more or visit tremfyaradio.com.
Taste the Mediterranean at Whole Foods Market with a vibrant selection that captures the flavors of the region. Shop coastal favorites like responsibly farmed whole bronzini and jumbo white shrimp, and pair them with specialty pastas, robust olive oils, and aromatic sauces directly sourced from the Mediterranean. Want a fast and easy dinner? Grab refreshing Greek salads and tortellini from the prepared foods department. Taste the Mediterranean now at Whole Foods Market.
This is the mighty 99.9 KISW and KISW HD1 Seattle. Always live on the free Odyssey app. Text the guys at 206-803-ROCK from the Pinky's Plumbing Studio. You're in the men's room.
10 nominees for this year's Rock and Roll Hall of Fame coming up at 4:30 right after emails on our question, what did you or do you need to get through your day? 206-803-ROCK. This is a simple one. But I have a few family members and friends, roommates that I've lived with, and I just can't do it. But I need a shower every day. And they do not.
Typically I do. I will say
These
we had
are
the
people
last
I'm
couple of
close
days
with.
off.
People I've been married to. Did not need a shower every day.
I went 3 days without a shower, and and part of it we were just doing spring cleaning type of stuff. So I knew I would just get dirty, but it was really bugging me. So this morning, before I got into work, man, had a razor, had a new bar of soap, and I don't know, man. For me, it was outrageously awesome. And I even thought I should not be this happy to be shaving in the shower, but I am.
I just can't. For whatever reason, I just can't go a day without it. It's I don't know if I don't feel right, if I just need clean underwear, the whole deal. I don't want to go to bed with a dirt that I've had on my body, whatever that is.
Are you a night shower?
No, morning.
Yeah, me too.
But still, at least I showered in the morning, even though I went to.
But by the time you get home, we work downtown, you walk outside,
I don't feel like
that. During the week, I can't tell you the last time I showed up to work and hadn't showered.
Yeah.
You know what? Maybe it was the Monday after the Super Bowls. I was at my buddy's house.
You were not looking great that day.
Yeah. So that's probably.
That's what happens if you crash at someone's house because you don't want to, go
drive home drunk. Yeah. And get into work. But yeah, I'm with my house. I'm an everyday shower. And then honestly, I think I told Mike when I ran into him last week, I was like, Man, I took like a 20-minute shower today.
Oh, God.
I had like a day off. I was like, oh, is it noon?
Yeah.
Let's go hang out in the shower.
Know that.
So, I mean, I love a shower. And I use them to, like, wake up in the morning.
Sure.
You could use them a hot one at night to cool off. I mean, it's a lot like walking for me sometimes, right? Sometimes if I'm stressed, I'll go for a walk. Sometimes it's like, oh, let's go for a walk. So it's like, I don't know. I feel like the shower is the same way. It can pep you up, or if you're sad, or going through something. But I also feel like if you're in a good mood, like, you know what? Man, I'll take a second shower today.
Yeah, shower feels awesome.
Yeah.
Our question, what did you or do you need to get through your day? Here's a completely left turn on that one, but it worked.
Also, if you're doing a bunch of laundry, don't forget to put one of your towels back in the bathroom.
Dude, I've done that and then ended up exactly that situation. I knew we had clean towels. They were in the dryer. Walk out of the shower, and I'm like, and it's no big deal. I'm in my own home, but my naked, wet ass is walking down the hall to grab a towel.
Being naked and cold, walking out of your bathroom after a shower.
Yeah. When you open that door, bro.
Right, it's like,
Try not to slip and fall.
And you just feel gross and embarrassed.
Yeah. And it's
windows are open.
It's not even that the window, like, it's fine, all the blind, but I did it this morning. And then all of a sudden, it's like I'm tiptoeing around like a creature.
Right.
Just trying not to get too wet. Just like, God, how can I be this dumb?
Mm-hmm.
Here's a weird one for you as far as your daily stuff and maybe how you change habits and get through your day. Billy Idol started smoking crack to kick his heroin addiction.
Okay.
Think about that. Now it's okay. You're addicted to heroin. Hey, smoke some crack.
Which is worse?
I don't know, but it worked.
It did work for him.
I would think of those two, crack would be less.
Yeah, I will say, because I've seen a lot of heroin addicts just kind of, like, crackheads get kind of weird, right? There's that spike in strangeness, but in my experience, it only lasted about 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Right? They're, like, at that point, they might bite you. They might cluck like a chicken. They might lick a subway floor. But when it's done, it's done. And and I worked with some heroin addicts. I've worked with crackheads, predominantly in the restaurant industry. Nothing against it, but you know how it is. And the heroin guy, not as reliable as the crack guy. Also, but the heroin guy, I worked with him for 3 years, and he was actively shooting up. He'd shoot up between his toes. We had to fire him because he got busted in the bathroom of the restaurant by a customer. Like, we knew he went in there and shot up. But he would come out and work, but he took his own time. But he was reliable. And if you work in restaurants, your dishwasher, I don't care what anyone's, they might be the lowest paid, but you need them more than you need your manager, more than you need him. You want the dishwasher. But the guys that run crack, they didn't do the best job, but, man, they were quick. You know, if you're like, hey, man, I need to pop back in 5 seconds. They brought it back in 3. You know what I mean? They're and they're back. Yeah. Always
I was making no money, man. I was back to working overnights, still going to school during the day.
Sure.
I survived on those mini thins, the ephedrine, the trucker speed that you can buy at a gas station. I used those for probably 5 straight years.
You turned me on to them when we first met. Like, dude, have you had these? And never, honestly.
But as far as feeling like you're on crack, because that's the only thing I can. Yeah. I've smoked crack before. That's the only thing that I can equate that to.
But they didn't make me shaky.
Things.
You know, like an energy drink made me shaky, but I didn't feel any more alert. I'm just like, I'm still tired. I'm jittery. Those ephedrine things, whatever they were, I'm just like, brother, if you need me to run through a brick wall right now, like, you got about 20 minutes where I can do it.
I mean, it was a wild time.
There are a lot of things.
With the ephedrine?
Yeah, because, like, when I worked at the liquor store, one manager, he'd be like, you got to go down the street and buy me some of these. Like, all right. But he couldn't leave the shop because he was the only one that controlled, like, the safe if you needed more money.
Yeah,
Plus, it was a popular liquor store and a bar. But then, remember, like, a lot of the supplements, right? They were full of ephedrine or whatever. Ephedrine, whatever. So, like, I mean, I knew people that swore by certain brands, and then once they took it out, it's like, that doesn't seem to be working as well.
Hey, man, look,
it's like, because you were taking a stimulant, so you weren't really hungry. You could work out like a beast.
I mean, like anything, it depends how much you want to do of it. You know, like, coffee is coffee. We know what coffee is. But if you drink a gallon of it, you're going to respond much different than someone that had 2 cups. But I want to say it was, Corey Stringer from the Vikings?
Yeah, and
Stringer,
it was Beckler.
Who was the baseball player?
Beckler for the Orioles.
Right? He died from it.
Steve Beckler.
I mean, I can remember Bernie and I going rock fishing.
All right.
Right? So if you're going to go rock fishing in the Chesapeake Bay, you got to get up super early. You got to get out there. Then we had a bachelor party that night. So we would just take rip fuels.
Yep.
We were going to the gym. They would just keep us awake.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So Billy Idol says he started smoking crack to kick his heroin addiction. He was on Bill Maher in the podcast there, or Club Random. I don't know if that's HP or not. He was smoking crack, allowing him to stop using heroin. Once you're trying to get off heroin, what do you go to? You go to something else. So I started smoking crack to actually get off heroin, he said. Marr asked, did you really? He said, yes, it worked, with a laugh. In the new documentary, Billy Idol Should Be Dead, the 70-year-old rock, should watch that tonight. 70-year-old rock legend spoke about his career and the bad boy ways that he almost cost him his music career and his life. I had it all, and I lit it with butane, he told the New York Times. While building his career, Idol took many risks with his life, battling the addiction to heroin while also speeding through the streets on his motorcycle. Always way too fast, saying I'm super lucky. In an interview back in 2025 in April, he shared that the rock and roll lifestyle embraced drugs and that he took his first hit of acid when he was 12 years old.
Damn.
There's a point in my life where I was very drug addicted. He later acknowledged how lucky he is to be alive. That's the title. Billy Idol Should Be Dead. I'm lucky that I've kept the brain I've got, because some people went brain dead and some people ended up in jail forever or dead. Imagine if this was all going on today. If I was doing what I was doing back then today, I would be dead because I'd have run into fentanyl along the way.
That I was going to say. That's
and it would
probably
have killed me. When speaking to the New York Times, Steve Stevens, his longtime guitarist, explained that he learned a lot when watching the documentary, including just how bad his own addiction was back then. With the documentary explaining that much of his bad behavior was all hidden, both those guys, from the public at the time. Idol shared that he only injected heroin into his body a few times. He only preferred to snort it.
Wow.
In addition to his drug use, the singer's wild ways on his motorcycle also costed him career opportunities. A crash in 1990 almost cost the singer his leg, and it forced him to turn down a role in the Terminator sequel, as the role involved more running than he was capable of doing. I've always flirted with death, even riding motorcycles. You're staring at the concrete. It's right there. You can come off that thing and get horribly messed up, and I've done it. It's horrible. You find out how human you are and how vulnerable. And with our question, what did you do or what did you did to get through your day? I did do that scooter lifestyle in a 50cc through some pretty nasty weather in Seattle just to get to work.
I know what you mean. It's just funny to follow Billy Idol.
No.
Yeah, I'm smoking crack, kick heroin, riding a motorcycle, man.
And you're like, over Ballard,
50 cc's, bitch.
You don't understand how thin those tires were. I'm trying to get over that cheese grater bridge in a rainstorm.
Human cheese grater. Yeah, the drawbridges were the worst.
It's a death trap, man.
Yeah, my 50 cc's. Billy, I know
man,
where
I
you're
laid
coming
it down
from.
in front of a bus.
I know. I'm not saying they're not dangerous. I'm just like, that's just a weird flex after the Billy Idol. Just saying, man.
That's why I'm not going to buy a motorcycle.
Hi, I'm Chef Franklin Becker. You know the jingle. Now discover the facts about Ozempic, a GLP-1. There's only one FDA-approved Ozempic made by Novo Nordisk. Learn about the real thing.
Talk to your healthcare professional today. Call 1-833-OZEMPIC or visit Ozempic.com to view the medication guide and to learn more about Ozempic. Semaglutide injection 0.5 milligram, 1 milligram, and 2 milligrams.
We all take good care of the things that matter. Our homes, our pets, our cars. Are you doing the same for your brain? Acting early to protect brain health may help reduce the risk of dementia from conditions like Alzheimer's disease. Studies have found that up to 45% of dementia cases may be prevented or delayed by managing risk factors you can change. Make brain health a priority. Ask your doctor about your risk factors and for a cognitive assessment. Learn more at brainhealthmatters.com.
Quick, choose a meal deal with McValue. The $5 McChicken meal deal, the $6 McDouble meal deal, or the new $7 Daily Double meal deal. Each with its own small fries, drink, and 4-piece McNuggets. There's actually no rush. I'm just excited for McDonald's.
For limited time only, prices and participation may vary. Not valid for McDelivery.
Finding ways to be financially savvy is a smart move, and knowing you could be saving money for the things you really want, like that dream home or new ride, is a great feeling. That's why the State Farm Personal Price Plan can help you save when you choose to bundle home and auto. Bundling, just another way to save with the Personal Price Plan. Prices are based on rating plans that vary by state. Coverage options are selected by the customer. Availability, amount of discounts and savings, and eligibility vary by state.
We all want the Mercedes-Benz of electricians, landscapers. From barbecue to microbrews, everyone wants the best. It's true for your business. It's true for your customers. And that's why you want a Mercedes-Benz Sprinter. It's loaded with big-time technology and can fit up to 533 cubic feet of cargo. And with benefits like longer service intervals, your Sprinter can really help your bottom line. So don't settle.
Test drive an all-new Sprinter today at Mercedes-Benz of Bellingham or visit mbofbellingham.com.
But he was that guy, and he was that guy during a time where that's the guy that you were. You know, you talk about like the Stones and all that, and I feel like the 60s and 70s were different than the guys that partied in the 80s. You know, Billy Idol hit real big as a solo artist in the 80s, and a lot of those glam rock bands, heavy metal bands. I mean, when you read about the stuff they were doing, it's unbelievable. Like, they were always drunk, right? And that wasn't even the manager's problem. Like, look, they're functional alcoholics. They can do their thing. It was the amount of drugs that they would do. We did a Pain in the Grass years ago, and I will not say which bands asked for what, but our boss came to us and said, hey, there are like 3 or 4 different bands coming into town, and understand, when they're doing Pain in the Grass, it's not a one-off thing. They're on tour, but they're not physically going to be in the city because it's at a White River or it's at the Gorge, whatever. I want to say this one was at the Gorge, and certain bands want to know if you can get certain drugs for them. I'm like, well, what do they need? And we did score everything that they requested, but what's crazy is you realize how this works. It's not like the band called us all hush-hush and used code words, all right? That means they told their manager, hey, man, we need X, 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 and X. And then the manager tells our boss, do you got any local connects? He immediately came to us because that was the right place to go at the time. We're like, sure. And we got these guys all these drugs. And they were super happy to meet you. But what blew my mind was when we got there and you're kind of meeting these bands, and this is either a pre or post interview, their manager would come over, introduce themselves. Hey, the guys will be with you in 5 minutes. Yeah, no problem. Are you the guys that need to talk to about that? I'm like, yeah, we got blank for blank. But it's just mind-blowing to me because this is not what business transact. Keep in mind, we made no money, all right? We fronted the money. We got paid back. But the bands got the drugs. Yeah. Because even the manager, this is like their business guy is like, right, for them to do what they do, for them to go on stage tonight and do the kind of show that the audience is going to expect, they need to be high on fill in the blank.
Well,
like,
I mean,
for
20 years, before weed was even legal, I can't remember a time where I didn't smoke weed, but I do it in the morning.
Mm.
Sometimes I'll do it at night if I'm going to watch a movie or something, but I really only smoke like 2 drags when I'm using the bathroom in the morning.
Right.
That's it. It just calms me down and gets me ready for my day. Like later on at night, I found if I do smoke it, I don't even feel like I get high. I don't know why that is.
Really?
But in the morning, for some reason, if I just take a couple drags, I get the bathroom routine done. I've been doing it for my entire life until we did this thing with Lind, which sucks, by the way.
You don't have to do it.
Well, I know that, but I mean, I made
you
a deal.
You can go to hell.
I made a deal. Yeah.
We're like, we're doing this.
Worst part is
I never brought it up.
Worst part is I'm trying to kick 6 at the same time.
Right.
It's killing me. But yeah, I mean, that was just part of my routine. And if I didn't have it, I mean, I would drive hours to go back to my hometown to pick it up. I would ration it.
Right.
Just because it calmed my head down, and I needed that in the morning.
And back then, you had to wait. Right, so Ted, if you're the dealer, like, all right, man, show up at my place at 1. Well, you're a weed dealer. There's no guarantees you're going to be there at 1. And whoever your roommate or kid, in the case of Phil back there, hey, man, they'll be back in like an hour and a half. And, normally, like, all right, I'll come back. Like, I will just wait. And basically, their living room was the waiting room because you're sitting there, and there's like 8 other people sitting there, and you realize we're all here for the same reason. Do you remember Ryan the Lion we used to work with?
Yeah, of course. Love that dude.
Awesome guy. That's all I'll say about him. And he was dating and had been dating a very prominent news anchor in the area for a while. So he was a cool dude, man. He had a $50 Astrovan. That's not an exaggeration. It just wouldn't die. It's like, best $50 I'll spend, man. It won't die. We went to get weed and some other things from a guy he knew. All right, and I'd never met this guy before. We drive to his house. Ryan's like, let me knock on the door. Door, pops open. Guy's head pops out. Quick exchange of words. They look at me. I'm now allowed to walk in the house. Now, when I walk in there, you cut the living room. We walk into the kitchen. I swear to God, 50% of the people on radio at the time were in there. I mean, like, it was unbelievable, the number of TV and mostly sports news anchors. And they're all just waiting on this guy. And I'm like, so this is like I'm in broadcast hookup guy. And this guy, Ryan the Lion, was like, yeah, pretty much, man. I mean, between me and my girlfriend at the time, he knows all the guys that work. I was like, I did not know that this guy did whatever it is that he's doing over there. He's like, yeah, just don't ask questions, don't say anything. But that's what this guy does. And from that point on, anytime I watch this guy on TV doing this weekend sports, I'm like, yeah, he just did what I saw.
And
him
weather
do.
guy.
Definitely the weather guy. Definitely toupee weather guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. There was this dude, I won't say his name, but for years, he was like a Baltimore icon, right? Every city has their local broadcaster who's just that guy. You know, he'll swim with dolphins, do crazy stuff. He's wacky. Full head of hair, always lots of energy. He gets busted for cocaine and prostitution. And then in his mugshot, everyone in the city realized that is not his real hair. He'd been wearing a toupee.
Well,
the
he
whole
stopped
time.
wearing it after that.
Oh, well, that's the thing.
Oh, did he?
After,
Yeah.
He
was
had the full
done
head
with
of hair.
it.
Because when he got busted and his mugshot went up, and everyone's like, he's got a Caesar ring. You just had no idea.
It didn't look like the same person. So
Right.
people didn't even believe it was him.
And
Like,
then-
that's not him.
So, but like
Does
anything.
his name sound like a fish?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
But
Yeah,
because he was so popular, it's kind of like Marion Barry in D.C., people overlooked it and said, yeah, he did cocaine. Yeah, he's with a prostitute. Yeah, he had a
Well, the
toupee.
Baltimore mentality was like, well, who hasn't done that?
You're right, exactly. He who has not done this cast the first
He
stone.
was a legend, but I don't think it was shocking for anyone.
No.
But it's one of those things where I think at the time you weren't thinking that. When they said what he got arrested for, you're like, yeah.
You got to remember.
That makes
You got to remember.
sense.
You're going on stage at 6 a.m., sometimes 5 a.m. every morning.
Yeah.
Whether you're on TV, whether you're on radio, but you need to be up. You need to be active. You don't have time, like Mike does later on in the day, to drink an entire pot of coffee.
Right.
Because you're not in there at 4 o'clock starting to chug this stuff. So there's a lot of people in the industry that I remember back in the day were just absolutely
Good morning, Seattle.
getting gooned
How's
up,
everybody doing at 6 a.m.? That's right, the sun's coming up. Man, that guy's a lot of energy. He's floating on cocaine, man.
Yeah.
I mean,
he
that's-
probably didn't go to bed the night before, half of it.
Oh, hell no.
Yeah.
Yes.
Good times.
Right.
But they brought a lot of joy to the respective cities. So you go, okay, look, there's some folks in Seattle. It's not drugs, it's just booze, all right? It needs to be more the 6 and 11 o'clock people. And so you'll talk to certain bartenders, and they're like, listen, man, you see them at 6, they're done at 6:30 and 11. We'll see you at 11. Okay, well, at 11, they sound a little different than they did at 6 because they would come in here, and apparently there were like 3 that rode hard together. And these individuals are going to this one bar in particular, kind of sit in the back corner, so people don't really know they were there, and pound shots.
Or they would do it in the car.
Guzzle beer, man.
Because
and then they would walk back to wherever their studios might be and deliver you the news. And after I heard that from multiple bartenders at a few different bars close to the proximity of where their station was, you kind of watch them, and you're like, yeah, they're a little different now, say, than they were at 6.
And a lot of those guys have things in their contract that say you can't drink in public because of this. We don't want people to see you out with an alcoholic beverage in your hand.
I remember Walter Kelly couldn't grow facial hair.
I think Walter was one of those guys also too. Not that he'd done anything. Not that he was.
No, it's just
abused
it's
that. It's just
TV,
part of
so
it.
it's just more
Part of the thing.
recognizable. And truthfully, they're just doing like the weather, or you're doing the reporting,
right?
Whereas, like if you listen to a radio show, like, you're going to learn more about people's personalities,
for sure,
right? Like I don't think anybody's going to be shocked to see me at a sports game drinking a beer. But like with Walter, like I think Walter enjoyed having fun, but he was just like, I can't party with you guys. I'm going to get in trouble.
Yeah, he honestly can't.
Exactly.
I mean, hell, we'll get pissed drunk and everyone's like, yeah. And just laugh about it. It's no big deal. You move on.
Right.
TV, you can't do that.
Or you got to have...
Yeah, you need to tell this traffic report. People really trust you.
Yeah, and it's just easier to see their face. You know what I mean?
Oh, that's everything.
I mean,
man.
hell, at the end of the day, you could lie and be like, I'm not Miles Montgomery. It'd be hard to prove.
That's right.
Right?
No, I'm not. Yes, you are. No, I'm not.
Don't take 167 and jammed up. I heard it this morning. That drunk doesn't know what he's talking about.
10 nominees for this year's Rock and Roll Hall of Fame coming up. We'll sit and spin on the way until 4:30. And we've got your emails coming up next from the men's room at KISW.com.
Edible arranges effortless joy all year with same-day and next-day delivery or local pickup. Edible makes gifting simple. Fresh arrangements, dessert boards, and big treats for birthdays, thank yous, or just because. Order at edible.com or your local store.
So good, so good, so good. New markdowns up to 70% off are at Nordstrom Rack stores now. And that means so many new reasons to rack.
Because I always find something amazing. Just so many good brands.
Because there's always something new.
Join the Nordy Club to unlock exclusive discounts, shop new arrivals first, and more. Plus, buy online and pick up at your favorite Rack store for free. Great brands, great prices. That's why you rack. Taste the Mediterranean at Whole Foods Market with a vibrant selection that captures the flavors of the region. Shop coastal favorites like responsibly farmed whole bronzini and jumbo white shrimp, and pair them with specialty pastas, robust olive oils, and aromatic sauces directly sourced from the Mediterranean. Want a fast and easy dinner? Grab refreshing Greek salads and tortellini from the prepared foods department. Taste the Mediterranean now at Whole Foods Market.
Finding ways to be financially savvy is a smart move, and knowing you could be saving money for the things you really want, like that dream home or new ride, is a great feeling. That's why the State Farm Personal Price Plan can help you save when you choose to bundle home and auto. Bundling, just another way to save with the Personal Price Plan. Prices are based on rating plans that vary by state. Coverage options are selected by the customer. Availability, amount of discounts and savings, and eligibility vary by state.
Carpal tunnel syndrome, heart failure that doesn't improve with common medicines. These are some signs and symptoms associated with ATTR-CM, or the cardiomyopathy of ATTR amyloidosis, a serious heart condition with symptoms that get worse over time. Amvuttra, vutrisiran, is a prescription medicine given by a healthcare provider that treats ATTR-CM in adults to reduce heart-related death, hospital stays, and urgent visits. In a clinical study, Amvuttra was proven to help people live longer and have fewer heart-related hospital stays and urgent visits over 3 years compared to placebo. Amvuttra lowers the amount of vitamin A in your blood, which can affect vision. Other side effects include pain in the arms or legs, pain in the joints, and shortness of breath. These are not all the possible side effects of Amvuttra. For prescribing information, call 1-833-256-2748 or learn more at amvuttra.com. Ask your doctor about Amvuttra for ATTR-CM.
You've probably heard it said, it's not what you say, it's how you say it. And that idea applies not just to words, but to the way you move through life. It's about setting an example, taking the lead, and adapting to whatever comes your way. That's why people love the Range Rover Sport. It's a vehicle that embodies that mindset, blending power, poise, and performance. With its distinctly British design and exquisite interiors, it's immediately clear this isn't just a car. It's a statement. Inside, innovations like the cabin air purification system and active noise cancellation create a level of comfort and control that feels effortless. And with 7 terrain modes and a choice of powerful engines, including a plug-in hybrid with an estimated range of 53 miles, the Range Rover Sport balances raw power with refinement. Dynamic, agile, and truly instinctive, it reflects a confident, intentional way of driving and living. Build your Range Rover Sport at rangerover.com/US/sport.
Turn your tax refund into more funds with savings options from U.S. Bank. Get competitive rates, access to your cash, and tools that help you set goals with a savings account. Lock in a great rate with a CD to give your money a boost. See how you can make some extra cash with your extra cash at usbank.com/savings.
Celebrate your unique story with Pandora Jewelry, crafted with meaning and exquisite artistry. From sparkling lab-grown diamonds to personalized engravings and heartfelt charms, Pandora offers endless ways to express what's in your heart. Pandora's rings, bracelets, and necklaces are so fun to mix, match, stack, and style. Every day is a chance to be love. Let Pandora Jewelry remind you that love starts with you. Shop in-store or online at pandora.net.
99.9 KISW. We return to the men's room with Miles and Thrill.
Nominees for this year's Rock and Roll Hall of Fame coming up. We'll sit and spin on the way at 4:30, but first time for a few emails to the men's room at KISW.com.
You've got
And a few on our question, what did you or do you need to get through your day? We're all over the board, everything from healthy to unhealthy and all in between. I like this one, though. Several years ago, I decided I was going to start walking just to get a little healthier. I started walking 4 to 5 miles, 3 to 5 days a week.
Good.
That was 2.5 years ago. I started walking 5 miles every day and being aware of what I was eating for the most part. I have now lost over 150 pounds, and my deal looks huge.
Yeah, I bet it does.
Nice. My deal.
My deal.
Deal.
It's still a D word.
Guys, I used to have a single cup of coffee and a Jimmy Dean's breakfast sausage, or my day was ruined. Not anymore. hardly drink coffee, but once or twice a month. I was on Mike's boat for a while. I would drink 3 to 4 coffees a day.
Yeah.
Now I just drink one.
I drink one when I get up in the morning, and I don't even know that it helps.
It wasn't a conscious effort. It's just what happened. I don't know what happened.
I
like coffee. I can drink it all day.
So I make 1 12-ounce cup a day. That's it. Mike's looking at me like, you pathetic
Well, I've
loser.
got a 1-cup Keurig. So I make that before
helps.
I get in the shower, drink
Actually,
that, and walk out the door.
I don't know, man. I had a Keurig for a while, and I drank so much more coffee because it's so easy.
Oh, the one that'll kill you is I got an espresso. Shoot. Don't get one of those.
You know, it's funny. I was thinking about it this morning.
It's a trap.
Because I have this rotten-looking coffee maker, right? I thought, man, I should get a nicer. Then I'm like, no. Because you'll just drink more coffee.
Mm-hmm.
And then I went outside and smoked a cigarette, being proud of the decision I made. You know what I mean? That's where I'm like, well, you know what, man? Stick with this one. The coffee's not great. It's fine. Then I went outside and smoked a cigarette like, yeah, you made a good decision on the coffee.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of things, right? Like Mike and I were talking earlier, right? Like somebody's like, I'm trying to quit smoking, so I'm vaping. And it's like, I'm sure, like there's tons of stuff that says vaping's not good either. But like, I don't know. If people are just kind of trying to not. Like,
one for the other.
Well, I'm saying, I think, too, that could be a good thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like there's not as much stuff in it.
As far as the vape?
Yeah.
It's got a ton of moisture. And that moisture sits in your lungs.
Look,
Yeah.
I'm not saying this. I'm just saying, or we got to talk about the string cheese earlier. It's like, right, but if you eat compared to eating half a bag of chips, like, I feel more comfortable having string cheese at 8:30 at night. So
For sure.
Some of these swaps are kind of like, I should say swaps, but some of it's like, people are just like, you're saying, like,
baby,
I'm trying to cut down on coffee. I'm still smoking cigs. So it's like, right, you're just trying to cut down where you can.
Yeah.
You know,
easy
that's exactly it. Ted, you just made me feel better. I'm cutting down where I can,
Yeah,
Doc.
man, you're trying your best.
You know, I stopped shooting heroin. Now I smoke crack like Billy Idol.
I did have a couple French fries over the weekend, but they were covered in gravy.
I thought French fries and weed.
Yeah, exactly. Remember the year no French fries?
Well, they were covered in gravy then.
Yeah.
I mean, still French fries.
But,
I know that.
But that wasn't Lent. That was just you. Wasn't you
No,
wanted to
just
take
at the
what,
beginning.
1 month off?
No, 1 year.
I thought originally it was 1 month. Then you're
No.
like, F it. It's been
Well,
easy.
maybe I started that way. But
Yeah.
So I cut out the French fries.
It is.
I think I probably gained weight.
Do you think you would have eaten them if they weren't covered in gravy?
No.
'Cause
No.
That's my point.
I mean, it was a poutine thing.
Don't put yourself in that
Actually,
position.
they were kind of like, they were cheese covered with bacon and chives.
Oh, well, dude,
and a
come
little bit
on.
of gravy. I mean, it was pretty strong.
Yeah.
The fries
You
might
gotta
be
have
the
that.
healthiest part of everything you ate there.
Correct.
I don't. My buddy got on me the other day. He was like, "What is with all these? You ever eat the Harvest Crisp?
Yes. Yeah.
It's like a pea or a
Yeah. It's
called pea
peanut
pods.
crack.
Okay.
Right, but it's already like kind of like hard, like a cracker. But I mean, it's like a pea.
Yeah.
So my buddy's like, "Did you buy this company?" There's a bunch of them in my cat. I was like, "Oh, they were like 2 for $1," and I'm trying not to eat many chips. He's like, "Well, you can't just eat those. You want to just eat the chips."
Yeah. Wife told me to quit the cigarettes or quit the weed, pick one, and now I get high from the time that I get out of bed until the time I go to bed. Here's another. We used to work at a drive-in movie theater in Minnesota. At the end of the night, I would take home a trash bag full of popcorn that was left over. Use it as a bean bag while slowly eating it over a week. Saved a lot of money on food and furniture. Other guys, there's a new Totino's pizza called the Ultimate Edition.
Uh-oh.
More meat, more cheese, dank as F. Highly recommend.
I think Tostino says that. Dank as F.
Dad,
It's one of their statements.
Yeah.
Dad made us hamburger helper without the hamburger because we were broke ass poor. Yeah.
What do you mix it with if it's not burger?
Nothing. You just make the noodles.
Yeah,
with the
okay.
flavor packet for the most part.
And you gotta really look for that stuff.
What, hamburger helper?
Hamburger helper. What was I looking for the other day? Shake and bake.
Oh, yeah.
That's where the spices are. That's close to the sugar. That's close to
The fact that you know
where
that.
it should be.
Yeah. I only need I need some form of nicotine or I'm an absolute wreck the entire day. I work security at my local zoo, and I'm a speed walker. If I didn't have nicotine pouches, I'd be telling people to get their damn kids out of my way.
I'm a speed walker, and, it's back when they had Marlboro miles, and I never gave this much thought, but I'm on the East Coast at this time, sending my Marlboro miles, and I got a really nice backpack from them, right?
Oh, you got a canoe?
And if I didn't save enough, but I did get the nice backpack and something else, like the Coleman light, all right? But they branded it Marlboro. No big deal. We went hiking and camping in Appalachian Mountains, and there's 4 of us total. And we saw this other group of campers, and the guy just kind of points at me and laughs. And I'm like, so funny, man. He's like, bro, you guys had to park at least 3 miles away at the bottom of this mountain, right? Because of the way this path goes and all that. And he's like, and you have a Marlboro backpack. And it just hit. I never gave it much thought. I'm like, yeah, I'm a smoker. He's like, no, dude, I'm glad to see you out here. It's like, it's just kind of
weird.
Kind of strange. Everyone else, Columbia and all this REI, and it's like, you're Marlboro. Like, and here I am.
If I didn't have my nicotine pouches, I'd be telling people to get their kids out of my way. And the entire party of 16 people that don't need a block to block an entire path and walk slow as hell, I call it a roadblock. Velo pouches are the only thing saving people from being asses. Keep it rocking, gentlemen. That from Nathan. Are those more powerful?
I mean, I think they're all the same, right? Different kind of milligrams. Everybody just likes a different pouch and how it fits.
Sure. Whatever it does for you, right?
But I think Velo is a massive one for F1.
Let's see here. Time for a few birthdays brought to you by Men's Room Roasted Red Salsa from San Juan Salsa Company.
Dip responsibly.
Guys, my little sister's birthday is today. She's an amazing mom and has went through some tough times and is still amazing. Grateful to have her in my life. I think she would like a fish sandwich, a you like that, and another fish sandwich. Thank you. That from Kelly.
A filet of fish sandwich.
You like that? You like that? You want to get a fish sandwich?
Ola Michelle is our daughter, baby Dole Sunshine, a.k.a. Alicia, is celebrating 33 years on the planet today. 33 on 3-3. She is all that and amazing and beautiful. We're so proud. Happy birthday, Lishi Wishi. We love you very much to the moon and stars and back. Love Mom, Chris, and Puppy Wuppy. Anything you want to give Puppy Wuppy would be great.
Oh, Puppy Wuppy.
I thought Puppy Wuppy was saying happy birthday, but Nishi Wishi was the...
Puppy.
Please clap.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Puppy Wuppy's also saying happy birthday.
Right. This is not for Puppy Wuppy. It's for Nishi Lishi. Why are you playing
Wuppy.
for Puppy Wuppy? It's not Puppy Wuppy.
There's a lot of names in this family. Right, it started with Baby Doll Sunshine, a.k.a. Alicia.
Those are the people that named their car.
Right, and then happy birthday, Lishi Wishi.
Lishi Wishi.
Mm-hmm.
I bet it's a happy family.
And they gotta be. You think there's like abusive? Lishi Wishi, get your ass over here.
Ola Naked Ladies tells my girl Cassandra's 41st birthday. Could you please get some bad dad jokes from Miles and a soundbite salute from Mike? Rock on and thanks, bitches. That from Chris, Calvin, Corbin, and Carly in Oak Harbor.
Not a fun family.
Look out.
Please clap.
Got a couple good ones in here, I think. Okay.
I like they stuck with the C stuff.
Yeah.
They didn't get past C when they were in school.
Well, she's Cassandra, then he's Chris, their son Calvin, Corbin, and Carly.
Ted Knock Knock.
Who's there?
Yoda Lady.
Yoda Lady who?
I just got back from my acupuncturist.
Oh, yeah?
Now my voodoo doll's dead.
That's a bit of a thinker.
What do you call a guy with a small penis?
What?
Justin.
I thought for sure that when you said, like, I'm staying silent on this, I was like, God damn it. I'm catching strays.
And my girl told me her gynecologist said we can't do it for 6 weeks.
Oh, yeah?
So I said, hey, what's your dentist say? Oh, I turned 48 today. I thought I'd look up who else has a birthday on March 3rd. So how about the Dirty Germans telling me what kind of party I can expect with the more notable celebrities that share a birthday today, like Jessica Biel, Bonnie Blue, and Cagney Lynn Carter. Thanks, guys. That from Brian.
Yeah, it's the first time I heard the name Bonnie Blue. I kept waiting for the answer.
Yeah, so I'm still out here in line. It's a Bonnie Blue. She's a big line.
Oh, yeah, I was saying who?
And finally, for the birthdays, I want to wish my brother Scott a happy 50th. Can you give him turtle sex, a cat fart? Do you like that? And the captain talking about how he's going to celebrate his 50th enjoying some mushy, gushy catfish in Brookhaven, Mississippi. Thank you guys so much, and rock on. That from Badass Jace.
Oh, my God. You like that? You like that?
Ooh, well, ahoy there and happy birthday. You know, mushy, gushy catfish from Mississippi was one of the failed Starkist offerings. They just decided to stick with tuna, but it really crushed Charlie the tuna because he was pushing for the mushy, gushy catfish. And when that didn't work, he started drinking heavily, had a one-night stand with the little person you know as the Little Mermaid. As it turns out, she got pregnant and gave birth to a character named Nemo. That's right, Charlie Tuna is Nemo's real father. But you didn't hear it from me. I'm just sipping tea. Crunch berries.
All right, guys, here you go.
happy, happy, happy birthday. Happy, happy, happy birthday. Happy, happy, happy birthday to you, to you, to you.
Ya's a Dirty Germans brought to you by Men's Room Original Sausage. Available through Uli's World Famous Sausage, mensroomlive.com, and other fine retailers. Mmm, Schweinefleisch.
Hey, it's Scott with Northwest Sleep Solutions in Fairhaven. Check out this review from one of our customers.
I recently bought a bed from Northwest Sleep Solutions, and I'm really happy I did. Scott and his staff were super informative, and the store felt much more welcoming than a typical mattress store. They were the only place in town with a 100% organic latex mattress, and they even hauled it up my stairs during delivery. I'm now sleeping better than ever, thanks to Northwest Sleep Solutions.
Total Wine & More is one of those places where I always find something I love and usually something new. I was in my local store recently, asked for a bourbon recommendation, and ended up loving it. And honestly, the prices make it easy to say yes to grabbing a little extra, like my go-to bottle of Cabernet. With the largest selection and the lowest prices, there's always something that catches your eye. Shop Total Wine & More in-store or online and love what you find. Spirits not sold in Virginia, North Carolina. Drink responsibly. B21.
You've probably heard it said, it's not what you say, it's how you say it. And that idea applies not just to words, but to the way you move through life. It's about setting an example, taking the lead, and adapting to whatever comes your way. That's why people love the Range Rover Sport. It's a vehicle that embodies that mindset, blending power, poise, and performance. With its distinctly British design and exquisite interiors, it's immediately clear this isn't just a car. It's a statement. Inside, innovations like the cabin air purification system and active noise cancellation create a level of comfort and control that feels effortless. And with 7 terrain modes and a choice of powerful engines, including a plug-in hybrid with an estimated range of 53 miles, the Range Rover Sport balances raw power with refinement. Dynamic, agile, and truly instinctive, it reflects a confident, intentional way of driving and living. Build your Range Rover Sport at rangerover.com/US/sport.
Calling all fun lovers and memory makers, Texas invites you to cheer from our stadiums and dance like no one is watching. Culture seekers can find the art that truly inspires. Wow. And from our shopping hubs to our chic boutiques, fashionistas will never leave empty-handed. Texas is an unforgettable experience that's waiting just for you. Visit TravelTexas.com and plan your trip today. Let's Texas.
The Men's Room returns with Miles and Thrill.
Come up here at 5:08. We'll drink and toast with a shot of the day. And we do have your headlines on the way at 5:50. But first, quick check-in with Mike Hawk and some of the stories and headlines he is not working on.
Thank you, Miles. A new investigation by the U.S. FDA found that 111 substances of unknown safety were added to food, drinks, and supplements sold in the U.S.
Of unknown safety?
Unknown safety.
Okay.
So basically, they did not inform the U.S. FDA, and so now we don't know just how much harm they might be doing. Like, we don't know anything about them. So they're not saying good, they're not saying bad. They're just saying we don't know what they are.
If they didn't bother to tell them. Look, the things I did not tell my parents, correct. I may or may not have gotten in trouble, but I certainly was not doing something good.
Right.
That's all.
It's that's kind of where I lean as well. Like, I try to give the benefit of the doubt that they're not putting everything in there that's going to kill us, but you're absolutely right.
It's not everything in there is going to kill you. But again, why didn't you approach the authority on it?
Right.
I mean, they did your own independent test. Said, you know what, man, they'd be better off not knowing this.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, that's the long and short of it. Just like, well, we did our independent test. They're not going to okay this, but it saves us money.
Some of the stuff with food, though, trying to create the same flavor or whatever, you'd be shocked at the amount of chemicals they got to put in there.
I'm sure. I prefer they didn't, but I'm sure.
I mean, look, I prefer they didn't too, but also, like, you do like some of that stuff.
Exactly.
I do. I mean, the thing, I'm not angry at anyone. Like, hey, man, if that's what made it taste good, I can get it.
Let's keep this fun going there. It's official. Meta Ray-Bans are creating a privacy disaster.
Well, yeah. Come on,
You're
man.
broadcasting the world,
Did
man.
anyone not anticipate that?
Right.
I mean, Jesus Christ, come on.
Right.
I mean, why would you not think that that's what it's going to do? I'm not saying it's the end of the world, but, like, obviously that's going to be a side effect of that.
Right. And part of my frustration with all of it is, do we need it?
No, but it's a gimmick.
You know,
like anything.
They're preying upon the fear of missing out, and the missing out part of it is not recording something amazing that happened, something that you witnessed, something that you can go back on. But the thing is, like 99% of the time, at least as far as what I can understand, it's not going to record anything but just everybody else doing everything else that they're doing.
Sure.
It's not going to record anything fun or cool or interesting, but you're
unless
under
you're a
surveillance.
cool or fun or interesting person doing something cool, fun, or interesting.
Right. So,
if I put them on, you'd see me on the light rail this morning, noticing the chicken scrubs with a fantastic ass. But I couldn't stare too long, so you'd have been disappointed at how quickly I had to turn away. Then, trying to figure out the age of the guy sitting across from me. In the end, sadly, I'm guessing we're about the same age. He just looked a little more weathered. And then while the woman next to me kept fiddling with her, I'm assuming she was going to the airport based on her luggage. How many times do you have to zip and unzip the goddamn? But what is in there that you're so worried about? And whatever was in there, it's still in there. And if it wasn't in there, it's still not.
Jeez,
that would have been, there's your fun, exciting trip into work.
Yeah, I had a good one the other day, too.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Just a good conversation.
Got a conversation. Right, same thing. I think the guy was trying to do the right thing, but he was very confused. You know, he's from Detroit. Started broing down, and then the other poor bastard back there is from Montana and had no idea what we were talking about.
Maybe he should wear them and be like, it didn't want to help me understand what these two guys were talking about.
Right? I just was like, make the right choice tonight, brother.
I wonder if he'd be like, Google Translate.
Right. Put your thinking caps on, Jen.
Yeah.
Time for the Merriam-Webster word of the day. I give y'all an 80% chance of success on this one, and it is a noun brought to you by the letter S.
All right.
Okay.
Ing.
So it is a fast speech that someone has often said before that is usually intended to persuade people to buy something or to agree to something. Again, an S word. That is a fast speech that someone has often said before and that is usually intended to persuade people to buy something or agree to something.
Not
sales
a sales
pitch?
pitch?
Sales pitch. Yeah, that's the only thing.
I like sales pitch, but that is not it. This is a single word. One
An S
word.
word?
Yeah. And you're really close. You know, give me your this.
Sentiment?
The word is spiel.
Yeah.
Your spiel.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Give me the quick 30-second spiel.
Exactly. Give me the spiel. In a new Norwegian study on childhood flourishing, boys outscore girls on grit, passion, self-confidence, growth mindset, and courage. However, girls showed a stronger connection between all those traits, meaning that when they boost one, it could trigger gains all across the board.
Did they need a study for this? Again, I mean, just maybe because I have kids and I see a difference in a girl and a boy, right? They're 18 months apart, but that I would identify that as being patently true.
Right. It's exactly.
You know, she worries about everything. He worries about nothing.
One thing at a time.
And so they live in their world responding to that.
Correct.
He's like, don't care, nope. Feels good, super confident and all that. And she's worried about everything.
Right. Exactly.
I get it.
Experts are looking at an upcoming issue that we may have upwards of 70 million boomers who are officially too old to drive, but they're too car dependent to stop.
I heard it was specifically, not so much that car dependent because of where they live. In other words, if you don't live in a major city that has, a great metro or something like that, like you said, or Ted, the guy in Montana, you're 70, you can't drive. I mean, he's going to drive.
Yeah.
He's not taking the subway to
it's very
Whole Foods.
hard to get the car away from them.
Yes.
Right? Like my mom nowadays will forget a lot of stuff. She will bring up that damn car almost every time.
What did you do, sell it?
We did. We sold it to my niece.
Oh, good. Well, somebody
Like,
can use it.
Right.
Correct. And she doesn't need it, right? Like she's in a facility. My sister could pick her. I mean, hell, they have a little shuttle bus. She can go to the store whenever she wants. But I think it feels like taking away part of their freedom.
It absolutely
Because even my other cousins, right, their grandfather the same way. He's just, and he's not sick or anything. His mind's just going a little bit. And it's like, man, I think you got to at least retest him.
Well, and the thing is that as you age, you revert back kind of into your same situation as being a child. And so the problem is that with children, look, there are 14-year-olds who are probably good enough to drive, and they could drive better than some of the people that are out there. But we have that hard age limit. You can't drive until you're 16. We don't have that on the other side. You just eventually lose your ability to hold that facility, and we haven't given ourselves we haven't given ourselves any strength to be able to say you can't do this.
I mean, it happened to me yesterday. This lady and I didn't honk my horn. I was just like, what is this? And then you get around her, and it's like just a really old lady. I'm like, oh, she has no idea.
And she's terrified.
Correct.
Exactly.
But she has to go to the grocery store or whatever.
Exactly. And kudos to my granddad. He got into one accident years ago, and it was the last time that he drove. He was on the freeway. He couldn't stop in time. It was a fender bender. It was nothing terrible, but it was in traffic, and he jammed on the brakes, and he couldn't stop in time. And at that moment, he said, I can't do it anymore.
I mean, that's the reason you have laws against driving, whether you're drinking or doing drugs, right? Because you're altered, and your reaction time is slower.
Correct.
The same thing with old people. Their reaction time is just slower.
Right.
Yeah, guaranteed.
And that includes being tired.
Yeah.
Don't have to be altered at all. So, you know what? I decided to expand on that.
The Men's Room Top 10. The Men's Room Top 10.
So I decided driving is one thing that at some point all of us in this room will need to just kind of decide we're probably done doing that. So I decided what are the other things that we should start not doing anymore? And this comes from midlifeit.com.
Midlife it.
And it is the top 10 things not to do after 40. So, looking at all three of you here.
Uh-oh.
So.
Oh, yeah.
I know that y'all want to do it, but attempting extreme sports, not for you anymore.
Yeah, I don't.
Let's be honest, your body ain't what it used to be. Those glorious days of flying off mountains on a snowboard or trying to walk on water using some weird contraption are long gone. Leave extreme sports to the fearless youngsters and enjoy spectating from the comfort of your couch.
Yeah. I'd also say not 40 later on, but just being on two wheels.
Oh, sure.
Whether you're riding your bike, whether you have a motorcycle, whatever it is.
Scooter.
It's
50 cc's, brother.
It's just a matter of time.
Yeah. Wearing clothes from your 20s. Sure, you may have kept those bell bottoms or that neon jumpsuit from your prime years, but fashion trends move faster than you can pronounce TikTok. Embrace maturity and ditch the tight jeans or that low-cut top that you've been hanging on to. Trust us, it's for your own good.
I mean, I guess, because it's not like anyone looks at old people and says, man, they're super fashionable.
I don't
think
mind-
after
I
a certain
look-
age, and the truth is, when you at a certain age, you do not care what anyone thinks about anything ever, even if they're going to share their opinion. Like, I don't care.
It's like the old guy that still has a Caesar ring.
Sure.
Get rid of the sides.
Right.
It's time to get rid of that.
Let's go full bore, buddy.
It's like, but if you can keep your youth in some capacity, like most women get to a point where they don't want to have to deal with their hair.
The hair job.
Yeah.
So they get rid of all their hair. There's some women that let it go gray and keep it long, and it looks beautiful.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. 10 things that you shouldn't do after 40. Pull an all-nighter. Remember when you could party until dawn and still be good for work the next morning? Well, say goodbye to those days. Sleep becomes a coveted treasure the older that you get. A night of uninterrupted rest will make you feel as rejuvenated as a bouquet of flowers in spring.
Well, I think everyone finds that out on their own.
The problem is
you don't have to tell people that. Like, you're going to do it, and when you wake up the next day, you're going to understand in that moment, like, I cannot do that anymore.
The problem is that I've never been able to do an all-nighter. To this day, I have not stayed awake for 24 straight hours.
It's the drugs.
Okay.
Yeah, they're not drinking 24 hours.
It's not something that you can do as a normal person.
Gotcha, okay.
You need something else to get you there.
Yeah. So I was just worried. It's like, you know what? If you can't pull all-nighters after 40, like, I can barely pull 12 hours.
Yeah, I mean, just like, you took too many mushrooms or whatever, or they were too potent.
Hey, do not throw shrooms under the bus.
Well, next
I
thing you
can
know,
think of a lot of other drugs, and it's not the shrooms.
Next thing you know, but you're up all night. It's not that you're up all night on speed or anything like that. You're just, sometimes you're just up all night.
And you can still pull it off.
Oh, it can be
without.
Yeah.
If you're smart enough to realize you don't have anything to do the next day.
That's the main thing, right? Like, if I stay up till 2 a.m. during the week, I'm annoyed with myself. I should have turned off the TV or something. But sometimes with weird sporting events, like I've done it on the week, but I know the next day I don't have anything to do. Because if you make it that far, you've basically screwed the next day.
I'm good until 2 a.m. if I'm not drinking. So if I'm binging something on TV, like I'm fine to go to 2 and if I'm drinking, and look, I will not police myself, but thankfully I have a wife that says, hey, dude, come on, man. Yeah. And then is merciless the next morning, so it all works out.
Top 10 things not to do after 40. Ignore regular exercise. Let's face it, our metabolisms are no longer the speed demons that they once were. It's time to move your body and get that sweat on. Regular exercise not only keeps you in shape, it also helps ward off aches, pains, creaky joints, all that stuff that comes with age.
I would also put go to the doctor.
Wait for it.
Oh, all right.
Wait for it.
I was gonna say.
I will say I got super motivated here in the last couple of years because I saw a video that really spoke to me. There was a saying that spoke to me, and it said you work in your 30s and 40s so that you can enjoy your 60s and 70s.
That is it.
You know, I remember I've had grandparents that couldn't get out of a chair in their 70s and 80s, 80 years old. And is that going to be me in the future? I don't know, but I'm working to hopefully have that mobility.
Well, when you get to the finish line, as far as your career goes, hopefully all that savings and everything you did, you'll be able to have fun with it.
Oh,
and
yeah.
if you're not training yourself to be in a position to do anything, why should have burned the house down the whole way there?
Exactly.
You know?
Exactly. Ranting about technology. It's constantly evolving and you need to evolve with it. Avoid becoming a technological fossil by embracing innovation. Refrain from uttering phrases like, back in my day, we had to use floppy disks. Embrace the digital revolution and let your inner geek shine.
I don't have an inner geek because I just never was on that tip. Like, where I'm a geek is not tech. Right?
Sure.
It's all sciencey stuff. I just don't care. And I don't interact with it enough for it to matter.
Yes.
You know, I'll download the airline app when I go to the airport because that's where my ticket is, but that's the extent of my concern.
And if not, you can have one printed up if you don't want to do that.
Right, and especially when you're older. Mm-hmm. Oh, sir, come here.
You see the people in line with their paper tickets. I'm like, I know you got a phone.
Top 10 things not to do after 40. Discuss your problems on social media.
Don't.
We get it.
Don't
Life
do
can
it
be tough.
ever.
Posting every minor inconvenience on social media is not the answer. Spare the world the details of your plumbing mishaps or the saga of your lost sock.
I would say that to everybody.
Yes.
Certainly when you're that, I would think you would know better by the time you're older, but just don't.
Right.
It doesn't matter. You're not alone, and it's not a big deal.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then, granted, I sound like an old man saying that. Like, nobody cares about your lost sock.
It's one of the reasons I'm not on Facebook. I just don't want to know.
Correct. You're right, and you're better for it.
I'd rather be
Miles.
on Instagram and just look at people's pictures,
There you
even
go.
if it's their dog and their dinner. To me, that's better.
I look at chicks.
You're right.
On
Instagram
Instagram,
is much more photo.
Yeah.
And that's what it's for. But you're right. Like, people will post something sometimes like, oh, saw this dying rose, reminded me of my relationship. So you might.
Yeah, I see it.
Jesus
Yeah.
Christ.
It's a black and white photo with a phrase that I really like.
Yeah, exactly. But you're right. For the most part, it's just kind of like, you don't know what they're doing. They're just like, oh, they're out for a hike.
Yeah.
They're doing this or that. Whereas Facebook's like, I'm hiking because my brain is a mess. Like, God damn it.
Here's me on top of a mountain. By the way,
It's
my
okay
marriage
to be
is
not
ending.
okay. We know.
Yeah.
We know.
My kids are leaving.
This bird's the only thing that loves me.
Oh, God. Insisting on back in my day stories. We all love a good nostalgic story, but the younger generation might not appreciate your tales of rotary phones and dial-up internet. You know, I like just going back on it. That's really all it is. It's a fun little factoid.
If it explains something. So, like, I only drive with my left hand.
Okay.
I never put two hands on the wheel. My daughter's like, Dad, why do you always just drive with your hand at the bottom of the steering wheel?
So I can masturbate with the other one, baby girl.
So I can drink some vodka like you do. No, I said, baby, I learned to drive on a stick shift.
Stick.
So my
Right, so
right
your
hand
hand
was
was always
always
down.
on the stick. It was never on the wheel. It was always on the stick shift. So I just never broke that habit.
Sure.
So I'm just trying to explain why. And I'm like, and my left leg doesn't have to do any work anymore. So this is fantastic.
Stick shifts are still relevant. You said it, Ted. Dodging the doctor. As we get older, regular checkups become even more critical. Ignoring your health issues won't make them magically disappear. Not anymore. So don't procrastinate and make your doctor's appointments a priority. It's better to catch the issues early on rather than let them progress. And that'll leave you with...
I was going to say, and just remember, not everybody is going to gain weight.
Yes.
Right? Like, I have a buddy, he worked out, like, if you looked at him, you go, oh, he's super fit. He almost died. And when he told me what happened, and I was like, you don't know any of those statistics? He's like, well, no, I mean, go to the gym, I'm healthy. And I was like, brother, we're 45. You still got to go and check on stuff.
Mm-hmm. And then I'll leave you with this last and final thing to not do after 40. According to midlifeit.com,
Read Midlife It.
stop laughing. No matter what age you are, laughter is the best medicine. Never lose your sense of humor, especially
said
after 40.
stop laughing.
Yeah,
Jesus.
never stop laughing.
Dude, you're
Never.
41. Stop laughing.
Life may throw curveballs, but being able to laugh at yourself and the absurdities of life will keep you young at heart and make the journey all the way more enjoyable. I 100% agree.
I think I
have
laugh
my entire
more
life.
now than I probably have at any point in my life. And again, part you just get old and you don't care, or you've been where people have been. You know they will be right. They will get they're the other side of the, and they don't think it's funny, but you kind of laugh as they're telling you the story. Like, brother, you're at that age where you're doing exactly what you should be doing.
Right.
Don't worry about, yes, there's repercussions. But what I always say with work, like, the worst thing that happens is you get in trouble. Doesn't matter.
I actually took a page right out of your book. It was the flight from hell that you had on there, where you had spilled beer and your son's urine all over you. And you walked back and there was a man laughing at you. I remember the phrase that you say to this day. It's not funny yet.
Yeah, or yet. You're right.
It's not funny yet.
Yeah, like I know it will be.
Correct.
But dude, right now I'm in it. And now I tell that story all the time, and it's funny.
Hell yeah.
It's funny to him. It's funny to
He's still laughing. His whole story. I'm not laughing. Not funny yet. Like.
Oh, my kid laughs when I tell him because he doesn't remember. He's like, that is so funny. I'm like, I was going. That's the same flight, by the way. Right before that, the reason the flight attendant offered me that beer before cart service, because the kids, they were 4 and 3 or 3 and 2. Either way, like the worst age to be on a plane. And they weren't loud, but they're getting at each other. All right. And they're in the seats next to me. And the words that came out of my mouth, and I apologized to my children instantly, said, if you guys don't stop it, I'm talking to my daughter because she was the older one. I'm going to rip your head off of your body and beat your brother to death with it. Those words came out of my mouth, and I immediately looked at my daughter and I said, Daddy is just overstated, and I apologize. But you understand where
Daddy's done.
Those words, I was not thinking that. Those are the words that came out. I will rip your body off of your head and beat your brother to death with it. Daddy is sorry. I have overstated that. There's no chance of that happening. But I'm irritated.
We have evidence that the robbers in Oakland have a bit of a sweet tooth, Miles.
What do they steal?
Tell you all about it at 5:50.
Thank you, sir. Headlines are coming up at 5:50. In the meantime, have we made it to drink it?
Taste the Mediterranean at Whole Foods Market with a vibrant selection that captures the flavors of the region. Shop coastal favorites like responsibly farmed whole bronzini and jumbo white shrimp, and pair them with specialty pastas, robust olive oils, and aromatic sauces directly sourced from the Mediterranean. Want a fast and easy dinner? Grab refreshing Greek salads and tortellini from the prepared foods department. Taste the Mediterranean now at Whole Foods Market.
Wherever your family is headed, every mile should feel like part of the adventure. With room for 7, the 2025 Jeep Grand Cherokee is built for your whole crew. Quick morning drop-offs, weekend tournaments, and those unplanned sunset chases that bring everyone together. 4x4 capability keeps you confident through surprises, detours, and let's see where this goes moments. Because the laughter, the stories, and the everyone talking at once rides are the ones that become family legends. The 2025 Jeep Grand Cherokee, made for family adventures that matter. Jeep and a Jeep Grill are registered trademarks of FCA US LLC.
We all take good care of the things that matter. Our homes, our pets, our cars. Are you doing the same for your brain? Acting early to protect brain health may help reduce the risk of dementia from conditions like Alzheimer's disease. Studies have found that up to 45% of dementia cases may be prevented or delayed by managing risk factors you can change. Make brain health a priority. Ask your doctor about your risk factors and for a cognitive assessment. Learn more at brainhealthmatters.com.
Not all heating systems or homes are the same, and that's why we don't do one-size-fits-all replacements. Angar Home Comfort's experienced design technicians come to your home, assess your layout, insulation, and energy use, and design a heat pump system that actually fits your needs. The result? Better comfort, quieter operation, and significantly lower energy costs. With our free in-home estimates, flexible financing, and even 0% options, upgrading has never made more sense. Call Angar Home Comfort today at 360-614-4543 to see what smart comfort looks like for your home.
St. Patrick's Day is coming up, and I'm getting ready to celebrate. For me, that means stopping by my local Total Wine & More for a few favorites. An Irish stout, a whiskey I know I like, and maybe something new to share. What makes it exciting is the selection. It kind of gives you that pot of gold feeling, especially knowing you're getting the lowest prices. So sláinte to Irish finds. Shop Total Wine & More in-store or online. Spirits not sold in Virginia and North Carolina. Drink responsibly. B21.
Somebody out there deserves to be recognized. And the men's room knows just who it is. So to you, we say, bottoms up, sailor. You're the toast of our shot of the day.
Free time it is, as usual, we head to the drink test and Steve a throw a hill to find out who we're toasting.
Yes, indeed. And today we chose South Korea's National Tax Service, which is pretty much the same as the IRS, all right? So they recently completed what they call enforcement actions against 124 high-value tax evaders. Now, the operation resulted in the confiscation of $5.6 million worth of crypto. So impressed with themselves, the National Tax Service issued a press release to show the case, to show the ease of their efforts. Well, the press release, it included photographs of crypto ledger wallets, handwritten notes, and crypto recovery phrases. That turned out to be a critical error because the high-resolution pictures allowed one enterprising and unknown person to then steal $4.8 million of the $5.6 million in crypto that they had recovered. Wow. They spent years on this operation, and then they posted, as apparently federal governments are wont to do, all this stuff and showed it during their press release. And as far as I know, one person was like, you have all of their code words and their passwords. They're just kind of showing it. So the guy freeze-framed it, high-resolved it, and keep in mind, in the time they did the press conference to say they'd gotten $5.6 million, they lost $4.8 million in crypto. And as we know with crypto, you ain't going to find the person that took it. Guys, you don't need to show the freaking evidence. Just say we did it and be done. Don't be so self-congratulatory because it leads to stupid things. So congratulate, and keep in mind, they're going after tax evaders. They knew who the tax evaders were. Whoever it is that stole this money, it's just some dude that figured it out because you posted the code words to get into crypto, took the money. You can't trace it. It's blockchain. Done. Like, impressive. So we pour this booze, and we drink this booze because we think it's yummy.
Yummy!
So over the tongue and down the throat to party in our tummies. Down the hola bijola.
All right, let's get a contestant on the line for Profile This, 206-803-ROCK. Profile This is next.
You've probably heard it said, it's not what you say, it's how you say it. And that idea applies not just to words, but to the way you move through life. It's about setting an example, taking the lead, and adapting to whatever comes your way. That's why people love the Range Rover Sport. It's a vehicle that embodies that mindset, blending power, poise, and performance. With its distinctly British design and exquisite interiors, it's immediately clear this isn't just a car. It's a statement. Inside, innovations like the cabin air purification system and active noise cancellation create a level of comfort and control that feels effortless. And with 7 terrain modes and a choice of powerful engines, including a plug-in hybrid with an estimated range of 53 miles, the Range Rover Sport balances raw power with refinement. Dynamic, agile, and truly instinctive, it reflects a confident, intentional way of driving and living. Build your Range Rover Sport at rangerover.com/US/sport.
This is the exclusive table with the view. This is your name on the list. This is 3 times points on dining with Chase Sapphire Reserve and a $300 dining credit. Chase Sapphire Reserve, now even more rewarding.
Learn more at chase.com/Sapphire Reserve. Cards issued by JP Morgan Chase Bank and a member FDIC, subject to credit approval.
So good, so good, so good. New markdowns up to 70% off are at Nordstrom Rack stores now. And that means so many new reasons to rack.
Because I always find something amazing. Just so many good brands.
Because there's always something new.
Join the Nordy Club to unlock exclusive discounts. Shop new arrivals first and more. Plus, buy online and pick up at your favorite Rack store for free. Great brands, great prices. That's why you rack.
Carpal tunnel syndrome, heart failure that doesn't improve with common medicines. These are some signs and symptoms associated with ATTR-CM, or the cardiomyopathy of ATTR amyloidosis, a serious heart condition with symptoms that get worse over time. Amvuttra, vutrisiran, is a prescription medicine given by a healthcare provider that treats ATTR-CM in adults to reduce heart-related death, hospital stays, and urgent visits. In a clinical study, Amvuttra was proven to help people live longer and have fewer heart-related hospital stays and urgent visits over 3 years compared to placebo. Amvuttra lowers the amount of vitamin A in your blood, which can affect vision. Other side effects include pain in the arms or legs, pain in the joints, and shortness of breath. These are not all the possible side effects of Amvuttra. For prescribing information, call 1-833-256-2748 or learn more at amvuttra.com. Ask your doctor about Amvuttra for ATTR-CM.
Presented by T-Mobile, the official wireless partner of Odyssey Sports. With an awesome network and great savings, there's never been a better time to join T-Mobile. Visit your neighborhood store to make the switch today.
Nasal congestion. It doesn't just block your nose, it slows you down. Afrin No Drip works right in your nose where you feel congested. And while pills can take up to 30 minutes, Afrin works in seconds. And because it stays exactly where you spray it, you feel that relief instantly. Afrin, the wow is real. Use as directed.
If you need a new appliance, this is your sign. Shop at Lowe's now to get up to 35% off and next-day delivery on hundreds of major appliances. A new appliance now means an easier-to-do list later. Our best lineup is at Lowe's. Valid through 3/18 while supplies last. Selection varies by location. Order by 4 p.m. Available Monday through Saturday. Subject to availability. Fees, exclusions, and restrictions apply. See Lowe's.com/appliance delivery for more details.
Presented by T-Mobile, the official wireless partner of Odyssey Sports. With an awesome network and great savings, there's never been a better time to join T-Mobile. Visit your neighborhood store to make the switch today.
The Men's Room presents Profile This.
And Stephen Throwhook to please everyone on Profile This is played.
Sure can, Miles. It's a simple game where we share with you a real-life news story, something that happened right here on planet Earth. Earth. And as you listen to the story, based on the stereotypes you believe to be true of people and the decisions that people make, we'll ask you what it is you think makes the story a story. Hello, Ian. Welcome to the Men's Room.
Hola.
Hola. All right, Ian, you understand how this here game is played?
Yes.
All right. Today, you have a choice of one of three categories. Today, we offer you Bite Me. In other words, what did someone find in their food? Interior decorating, where you guess the foreign object that ended up on the inside of someone. And finally, today, Hit Me with Your Best Shot, where you guess the unconventional object someone chose to use as a weapon.
Hit me with your best shot.
You're not going to believe this. We go to the state of Florida, where an ex-con, he's back on ice after he struck a McDonald's drive-thru worker in the face with a thrown menu item. Now, the assault conducted by Daniel Abramowitz, it's classified as a felony since his rap sheet includes prior domestic battery convictions. If it matters, that conviction came from punching his girlfriend, the mother of his child, in the face. Well, investigators say that Abramowitz was behind the wheel of a vehicle in the drive-thru lane around 1 a.m. when he engaged in a brief discussion with a fast food worker. He then grabbed a menu item and hit the victim. Now, it struck the 28-year-old victim, quote, in the facial region, known in layman's terms as his face. Now, the assault was recorded by a surveillance camera, and the victim identified Abramowitz as the assailant. In addition to the battery count, Abramowitz has been charged with violating the terms of a 3-year probation sentence that was levied following a 2023 conviction for stealing and pawning a watch. Now, the question is, what did Abramowitz throw into the facial region of the McDonald's employee? Was it a frozen Frappuccino? Was it a Big Mac? Was it an ice-cold Coca-Cola? Or was it French fries? So Frappuccino, Big Mac, Coke, or French fries? What menu item did he throw into the face of the drive-thru worker? By the way, they do not say what the conversation was about or what the conflict was.
Well, he doesn't seem happy, so I don't think it's the frap.
You didn't say what time of day it was, did you?
About 1 in the morning. I believe it was around 1 in the morning. They do have the time.
Ian, I'm going to go by
1 a.m.
I'm going to go based on the combo. I still have something to drink if I get a Coke. I still got my fries, still got my Big Mac. I'm going to do Coke. Also, I'm going to pick Coca-Cola.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm asking about the game, Miles.
What do you think, Ted?
I'm with Miles, and throwing drinks on people used to be once in a while you'd see a woman do it to a guy on a date.
Sure.
But I feel like now it's become like a thing.
Or in a marriage.
People are just throwing drinks everywhere. So I think it's soda.
Soda. Okay. All right, Ian, give me it.
I'm gonna let's go with the let's go with the soda.
You're gonna go. All right. So we're all in for Coke.
We're all agreeing.
Everybody's agreeing on Coke.
What did this guy throw at the McDonald's worker? A frozen frap, a Big Mac, a Coke, or French fries? We'll find out next.
That was a tease.
You are listening to the Men's Room.
Your home holds the story of your life. Renewal by Andersen Windows are built to weather every season with you. They frame the little moments.
Look, Daddy.
And the big ones. From first steps to graduation to new beginnings. While life keeps moving, our windows stand strong through every chapter. Let Renewal by Andersen be part of your story. Windows built to last. Visit renewalbyandersenhome.com to learn more.
For delicious meals, you could go out to eat, or you could just make a Marie Callender's meal. Marie Callender's classic chicken parmigiana bowl is so good. It has marinara sauce that's made from scratch and creamy mozzarella cheese over pasta. It's delicious with no artificial flavors, colors, or preservatives and 30 grams of protein. You can find it in the frozen aisle. Marie Callender's, what having it all tastes like.
If you need a new appliance, this is your sign. Shop at Lowe's now to get up to 35% off and next-day delivery on hundreds of major appliances. A new appliance now means an easier to-do list later. Our best lineup is at Lowe's. Valid through 3/18 while supplies last. Selection varies by location. Order by 4 p.m. Available Monday through Saturday. Subject to availability. Fees, exclusions, and restrictions apply. See Lowes.com/appliance delivery for more details.
99.9 KISW.
Categories, hit me with your best shot on profile. This we head down to Florida. A man hit a McDonald's worker in the face, I'm assuming through the drive-thru window.
Yes.
With one of the items that he ordered. So question is, did he throw the frozen Frappuccino, his Big Mac, a Coke, or an order of French fries?
And Ian, that is a question that we posed to you. You agree with Miles Montgomery, who agreed with D. Ted Smith.
Actually, on YouTube, he's Coke Ted.
Well, there it is. Coke Ted.
Coca-Cola Ted.
Of course.
Just having a beverage.
All right. So all of you guys went Coke, and why the hell not? Other than that is not the correct answer. Nah. That said, he did deliver a drink. It was, in fact, the frozen Frappuccino.
I didn't think they'd sell them at 1 a.m.
I did not know they did either, but I read the story, cross-referenced it with the menu, and I'm like, okay, they got frozen Frappuccino.
Now, for all TV news all the time, it is time for TV Time with Ted.
And now, because your pathetic life is confined to countless hours in front of a talking box, the Men's Room presents TV Time with Ted.
All right. Choices today, you got Seth Meyers. You got the Jimmies.
Fallon and Kibble.
Stephen Colbert. Or Ted Smith.
Is it Ted or is it late night?
It is right there. The title lights guys have teams of towns and writers help them come up with their monologues each and every night. It is up to you to determine. Is this an actual late night joke and from whom? Or could it be a The Ted Smith original?
In animal news, a soccer player in Istanbul stopped a match to do CPR on a seagull. Oh, well, it's a feel-good story, and the animal was saved. You have to wonder if they had worried more about the game since they lost.
The Ted Smith.
Yes.
Yeah, they just got lost in that story.
He did CPR on the seagull.
It was a goalie kick.
The goalie, right, the keeper clears it. It knocks the seagull out of the sky.
And
he runs
did
over.
CPR.
He runs over, starts giving chest compressions to the guy. But they brought him back to life.
I mean, good on him, man. Good on him.
Better than we did with that pigeon outside.
Well, it was too late.
Yeah. I don't know whether I'll find another seagull. Since Paramount is buying Warner Brothers HBO Max and Paramount Plus are going to become one streaming service, they'll have all the HBO hit shows with the Paramount Plus logo.
Fallon?
Seth.
That is Jimmy Fallon.
Since Paramount is buying Warner Brothers, HBO Max and Paramount Plus are going to become one streaming service.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's great. They'll have all the hit HBO shows with the Paramount Plus logo.
Paramount Plus says it's planned to merge with plans to merge Paramount Plus with HBO Max. Just when your parents finally figured out how to watch Yellowstone.
Fallon.
Yeah, Fallon.
That's Myers.
Paramount Skydance said that it plans to merge its Paramount Plus streaming service with HBO Max just when your parents finally figured out how to watch Yellowstone.
Well, I've got HBO Max. I mean, I'll be able to watch Paramount Plus now, or do I have to pay more? Who knows? Dumb question.
Yeah, I'm assuming you'll have both.
I don't know. Just keep them separate.
In an effort to boost iPhone sales, Apple announced a cheaper version of the iPhone 17. It's the exact same, except all of your emails will end with "sent on a budget." It's just like the regular iPhone, except you only get access to the sad emojis.
Colbert?
Seth.
Fallon.
In an effort to boost iPhone sales, Apple announced a cheaper version of the iPhone 17. It's the exact same, except all of your emails end with "sent on a budget." It's just like your regular iPhone, except you only get access to the sad emojis.
Any Bridgerton fans in here?
No.
No.
Wife? Yeah, of course.
Yeah, wife probably is. Mike's your wife a Bridgerton fan? Nope. Oh, no. Huh, all right. I just assume all women like Bridgerton.
To be fair, she probably would, and you know what? The in-laws are probably into it. That's not on our radar just yet.
All right. It's
of
kind of
wrestling right
like, I keep wanting to call it caged heat, but it's not cage heat.
Caged. I thought you said cage teat. I'm like, what kind of show is
Caged
it?
Heat was a bad film about women in prison.
It was. Yes. Yes.
Heated rivalry.
I'm talking about Heated Rivalry, which is the show with the gay hockey players.
Yeah.
All right. So I have not watched the show. Jesus. I personally have not watched it. Right. But Saturday night, I was at a costume party. Right. And there was two women there. And they were like, we're gay hockey players. So I was like, sweet. You play for the Torrent? And then the one girl started talking about her husband, and I'm like, so you're not lesbian hockey players? And they're like, no, we're dressed as gay hockey players from that show.
Oh,
I was like, oh, all right. And then on Sunday, I watched Saturday Night Live on my recording, and it's like one of the main guys from that show.
Yeah.
Yeah. Saturday Night Live I thought was pretty good.
I thought it was really good.
Yeah. Also, everybody just calm down. The men's team, those guys are cool. They were not making fun of the women's team.
No, they weren't.
They just like, because the women hockey players were there. Because it's funny that during his monologue, he's like, do you guys watch the show? And the hockey players are like, well, no. Like, I lost my teeth during my game. What happened on your show? And he's like, something like that.
Yeah.
And then, like, the female hockey players come out, and they're obviously like, oh, we watch it. So, but I learned a lot about that show this weekend.
Just real quick, weekend update. Who's the monkey with the...
Punch.
Mike, I don't know if you said Punch's mom.
Punch's mom was there.
My God, I was laughing my ass off.
What? Basically saying why she didn't want to be a mom.
She's
to Punch.
just explaining her situation.
Oh, no.
That's all. So Colin Joseph had to Punch's mom. That's the monkey that has the IKEA stuffed animal, if you haven't heard.
Correct.
All right.
That all the other monkeys have disowned.
Oh, yeah. And so Punch's mother, and Punch shows up too, but Punch's mother showed up, and I was dying.
I'm with you. It was so good. And if you just picked like a stereotype
Oh,
of
God,
like,
I know.
the mom that just doesn't want her kid, just because she doesn't want the kid, that was Punch's mom.
Oh,
like she's in a monkey costume, but she's wearing like a bikini
Yeah.
and like shaking her. It's just like, oh my God.
It was awesome.
It was pretty damn funny. Anyhow, so a lot of women like that show with the hockey players. A lot of them like Bridgerton as well. So if you watch Bridgerton season 4, you may have noticed, I like this, the word pinnacle is heard a lot to describe an orgasm.
I have reached the pinnacle.
Right.
Well, pinnacle, climax, same thing.
New heights.
I'm about to say, Miles, would you prefer Pinnacle or New Heights?
Pinnacle sounds pretty cool.
Okay.
Really?
I mean, what
Miles, you brought me to the pinnacle.
I mean, like you found my golf ball?
So basically what happened was there's a storyline where this woman's trying to figure out what's missing in her marriage. And then one of the showrunners, it's orgasm, but the showrunner was like, I don't think they would have said orgasm back then.
Really?
Just
yeah,
different
it makes
terms.
sense.
So
Yeah.
that's how they came up with pinnacle, right? So then so somebody did the research. They asked some historians, would this be accurate? Sex historian says, quote, one of the more common terms that comes up a lot is the crisis, which I think is probably one of the funniest ones.
The crisis? I have reached the crisis.
I know.
I would have said I have summited Mount Awesome.
Well, they say that orgasm was around back then.
Sure.
But again, it was just a clinical term.
But also,
so they probably would not have been saying.
But would you say that? You know what I mean? Just as we talk now, we might have to say, because FCC says, hey, don't say things that normal people say. So we will say orgasm. But if we're talking to each other, no. Ted, if you rolled down
Fire my man cannon.
I got laid last night. I reached orgasm. I'd immediately be like, this is not Ted. This is a clone.
Burp that worm.
Right. Nobody says I gotta be careful here, but right.
Nobody says
there's other terms we use. And, right, and orgasm is not one of them.
Nobody
I don't
uses it.
you don't put in there's a certain term we all use, which just say it's 3 letters, right?
Yeah.
And you could find that to figure out other
8
stuff.
letters if you do it right, brother.
Right,
but yeah. Right. Nobody says, oh, look, I have a penis. We know that I have a penis. I know she has a vagina. Those words are not used.
Other euphemisms that have been used in erotic fiction include the point, the critical period, the die-away moment, the critical ecstasy, the melting flow, into which nature spent in excess of pleasure devolves and dies away.
I'd have called it the hum and the hum and the meow.
Why did they think these women were dying?
I know.
The whole thing.
I don't know. Sometimes they sound in pain.
Yeah, if you don't know.
Correct.
You know, kids, what's happening?
I'm about to say.
It's all good.
How many kids think that their mom's hurting?
Like I said, I sound like a vomiting dog.
Make your back Nick Arch.
And I'm okay with it. Hey, it's what I was told. I did not know.
Yeah, I like that one thing you do. So it helps you reach pinnacle.
The pinnacle.
I'd rather hear that than orgasm.
Back to being clinical.
Yeah. Like, no one uses clinical terms when they're having sex.
I'm orgasming.
Yeah, I'd be like, you know what? I'm stopping. Like, come on, man.
And I'm not.
I mean, unless I guess I'm having sex with the doctor.
Okay, I would cut them slack.
No.
Tell it to me in Latin.
No. You don't take work home with you. You're not shouting "Hola, bitch, hola" while you're getting after it.
Well, no, but if I'm having sex at the station, I might. So if I'm having sex with the doctor in his office.
Depends on what she asked.
I've said hola in my regular life.
Sure.
During sex?
But no.
Hola! Trust me.
You're throwing out click-clacks while you're clapping head.
Look. Matt LeBlanc wasn't kidding on this show. What was the one on like Showtime or whatever? Where women would ask him to repeat lines from Friends.
Yeah, how you doing?
Yeah.
How you doing?
He's like,
I mean, look, it happened to me Saturday night. Somebody said, I think it's still funny you say Vietnamese that way. And I go, it's the only way I've ever said it.
And now
it just happened. Everybody else made fun of it.
Love how committed to the bit you are, Ted.
Yeah, I was like, dude, I'm off work.
You think anyone ever asked James Earl Jones to say, Luke, I'm your father, during sex? Just say it one time, James.
Just give it to me one time.
Okay. All right.
Miles, to answer your question, I do believe with your HBO Max,
I can watch the
you'll watch Paramount Plus too. It says the merge into one streaming service, the move will give them more than 200 million direct-to-customer subscribers.
Okay.
That's why we add fancy words. If I just turn on my cable, it's still direct to me.
You know, that's a good point. It's not like I have to go to someone. I turned on my TV, but I got to watch it in your house.
Yeah, I got to watch it in the other room.
Thank you, Tim. We appreciate it. You're listening to The Men's Room.
Men's Room returns with Miles and Thrill. Now, let's see what's happening in the real world.
All right, here we go as we head to Redmond, Washington for 2 officers being awfully hard on the beaver. Meanwhile, when it comes to robbing donut shops, one man has is quite the overachiever. Ohio town sees government internet go down because of one squirrel. An Australian man's motorcycle you would not want to take on a whirl. And a 3-woman, they crawled through a drive-through window to attack a Wendy's employee. Speaking of profile this, it is time for your headlines.
Now, it's time to hit the headlines. Here's my car.
Top story, we go to Oakland, California, where the local robbers have a sweet tooth. A 20-year-old man has been arrested in connection with a string of robberies that were all, for some reason, committed at donut shops.
I get it.
He and an accomplice would reportedly rush the shops and jump over the counter to then raid the cash registers or just steal them outright before fleeing the scene in 6 different shops around the area. There was one robbery where an employee armed herself with a knife and confronted them, prompting them to throw a coffee pot at her before fleeing and causing $810 in damage. And another where they immediately armed themselves with a coffee pot and then used it as a weapon to commit a $100 robbery. Our boy's being held in lieu of bond and his accomplice has yet to be charged.
Oh, I thought he was stealing donuts.
That's what I thought when I read it at first.
Yeah, I just saw the headline. Like, yeah, I get it, man.
So is it a little bit more normal for donut shops to take mostly cash? There's a really good shop down in Tacoma that I know is cash only.
If you want to go to get cash, rob places where old people go.
Oh, that's a good call.
That's all it is.
That's a good call.
Like, hit a breakfast spot at 9 a.m. All the old people have already eaten. A lot of cash in the register.
In other news, over to Jersey, where late-night snacking gets violent. A video is going viral of 3 young ladies that descended upon a Wendy's shortly before 3 a.m. The three reportedly broke a drive-through window at the restaurant and took turns damaging property inside the restaurant and attempted to assault employees inside with various items, though their motive is not mentioned. 2 of the 3 turned themselves into police following the incident, with the third being sought by authorities. They're all facing some steep charges for the incident.
Good. Somebody commented on Reddit that they're an employee there.
Oh.
And they wanted ketchup packets. They wanted more ketchup packets. I don't know if that's true. It's Reddit.
Sure.
But that was what they said.
See, when I read it, my thought was it is at a Wendy's drive-thru just prior to 3 a.m. This sounds an awful lot like 3 young ladies went out and got smashed, wanted a late-night snack. The dining room's closed. They walked through the drive-thru. That obviously doesn't work. So now let's start breaking stuff.
Okay, either way, it's stupid.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Yeah. Who doesn't have ketchup at home?
I know. Like, of all the condiments, like, ketchup's usually there. Usually.
I might not.
No ketchup.
I don't think I have ketchup, Ted.
Check tonight and let us know.
Okay.
I just, for some reason, I feel like that's everyone's one go-to condiment, right?
Hang on.
Except mine.
Yeah, and that's just one of those things, if you don't have it, it's not like we're children.
You talking about in your home?
Yeah.
I'll bring you a bottle in tomorrow.
I just texted my wife, so we should get the answer here in just a couple minutes if I have ketchup at home. More news to Australia, where you have to be careful everywhere you go. I might not. Now that I think about it, I don't think I have any doggone ketchup in my fridge.
Do you eat it? Like,
sure.
Are you out of it? Or do you just not use it?
I enjoy ketchup. I put it on a lot of different things.
Are you the guy that's going to jump to the Wendy's drive-thru menu?
Too, because we don't have anything that uses ketchup. We don't have ketchup.
You don't have ketchup. You seriously don't have ketchup.
I'm bringing you a bottle tomorrow.
I mean, the problem is I don't need it, Miles.
I ordered that Portland ketchup company, and they sent me like $6 or 6 bottles.
Jeez.
So I gave one to Ted. I've still got 3 at home.
I'll take it.
I still have one set on my desk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's what I'm saying. I don't use ketchup that often at home, but like, if you want something with ketchup and you don't, you're just like,
it sucks.
Yeah.
Right? Damn, Mike.
Sorry, my bad.
Brother doesn't have ketchup.
Can't afford ketchup.
I can't afford ketchup, man.
That's how you get a raise.
Radio doesn't pay. No, it's not. That's how your boss tells you. No, I guess you don't get ketchup.
Dude, so, hey, man, look, I don't have ketchup. Ketchup.
Go steal your ketchup. To Australia, where you have to be careful everywhere you go. An animal catcher in the area was called to a local resident on report of a unwanted critter in their home. Let's see. A large eastern brown snake that was perched on a motorcycle in the garage. Yeah, sorry about that, Ted. The snake catcher took a quick video of the snake, asking it a simple question.
Going for a cruise, bud?
The snake was carefully extracted and relocated to a safe habitat in the wild. Going for a cruise, bud?
Of course he is.
That's right. It's going down in a road.
Let's get a cruise.
A county in Ohio has found the source of their internet problems. Last month, the county suffered an outage that knocked out phone and internet services at government facilities, including the county prosecutor's office. It was initially thought to be caused by contractors accidentally slicing through underground fiber, but after a short investigation, they determined the cause was a squirrel that had made a nest for itself inside of the fiber infrastructure and chewed through multiple lines.
I'm sorry about that.
It's since been removed, and steps are being taken between the internet providers and local fiber network to prevent similar incidents in the future. Man,
I mean, squirrel's gonna be squirrel.
I don't mind if you house yourself there. Quit breaking my stuff to build yours.
Don't chew wires.
Just don't chew wires. But just in case those stories left a bad taste in your mouth.
Thankfully, there's good news.
Right here at home in Redmond, local authorities posted about a suspicious subject report that they responded to. They arrived on the scene to identify said suspicious subject, a, quote, determined beaver that was making its way across the street. The department posted body cam footage which shows officers attempting to coax the animal out of the road and back to the safety of the woods, saying, quote, after several patient attempts and some skilled negotiations, officers successfully coaxed the beaver across the roadway and into a nearby wooded area where he was last seen continuing his evening plans.
Spent my whole life coaxing that.
No injuries were reported. Come on to the wooded area. No injuries were reported, and they advised drivers to use caution in the area just in case he attempts to cross again. So that's fun. Men's Room Sports, you get college hoops over on the ESPN affiliates, FS1 and CBS Sports, pro basketball on NBC and Peacock, and NHL hockey over on TNT and True TV. As far as your weather, sorry to say that the rain is back for the foreseeable future in various amounts and frequencies. Tonight should yield about a quarter of an inch with a low of 47 degrees. They're predicting a 72% chance of rain tomorrow with a high right around 52. That is it for headlines. With that, Mike Hawk is out.
Thank you, sir. We appreciate it. Next time we get the return of Who Sucks Less. Jolene up in just seconds.
Yes, indeed. It is all true, but in the meantime, well, We be all about this bitch. So until tomorrow, please do what you do best. And for Aletha's sake, stay beautiful.
The Men's Room has been taped before a live studio audience. Wardrobe and makeup provided by Mantastic Limited. This has been a presentation of the Men's Room Radio Network.
Oh, man!
A Double Flush production.
Presented by T-Mobile, the official wireless partner of Odyssey Sports. With an awesome network and great savings, there's never been a better time to join T-Mobile. Visit your neighborhood store to make the switch today.
By order of the Peaky Blinders, Academy Award winner Cillian Murphy returns alongside an all-star cast including Rebecca Ferguson, Tim Roth, Sophie Rundle, with Academy Award nominee Barry Keoghan and Emmy Award winner Stephen Graham. In Netflix's upcoming film Peaky Blinders, The Immortal Man, Tommy Shelby must face his own demons and choose whether to confront his legacy or burn it to the ground. Peaky Blinders, The Immortal Man is in select theaters March 6th and on Netflix March 20th. Rated R.
We've been the trusted experts since 1960 because nobody knows tires better than we do. And with over 90 tire brands, we have an abundance of options in stock for your vehicle. Buy and drive today at DiscountTire.com. Let's get you taken care of.
When allergies hit hard, they don't just slow you down, they derail your whole day. But Claritin D punches back harder, providing fast, powerful relief of your worst symptoms, including nasal congestion. Claritin D starts working in as little as 30 minutes, so you can get back to feeling like yourself again and live life on your terms. When allergies get in your way, try Claritin D. Claritin clears. Use as directed.
There's a reason Chevy trucks are known for their dependability. It's because they show up no matter the weather, push forward no matter the terrain, and deliver. That's why Chevrolet has earned more dependability awards for trucks than any other brand in 2025, according to J.D. Power. Because in every Chevy truck, like every Chevy driver, dependability comes standard. Visit Chevy.com to learn more. Chevrolet received the highest total number of awards among all trucks in the J.D. Power 2025 U.S. Vehicle Dependability Study. Awards based on 2022 models. Newer models may be shown. Visit JDPower.com/awards for more details. Chevrolet. Together. Let's drive.